allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
It's not just a job. It's shaping the heart of our city. The City of Chandler's Public Works and Utilities Department is the driving force behind our city's success. We invest in you with continued training, benefits, and a supportive team environment where career advancement is in your future. Learn more at jointeamchandler.com. Be a part of something bigger. This message is sponsored by the City of Chandler.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here, and listen, Phoenix has had over 53 days of 110 degree plus this summer. This last July alone, we had 30 consecutive days of 110 plus. And this summer heat might just be the new normal for summers here in Arizona. What you need to do is call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333.
The Renaissance Festival is back. Weekends now through March 31st. Great shopping, a giant crafts market, new shows featuring sea fairies, mermaids, and merriment.
Non-stop feasting and more.
The Renaissance Festival is back.
Weekends now through March 31st. Discount tickets available at Bashes and Food City or ArizonaRenfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashes, Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
Are you ready for your passion to meet your purpose? The city of Chandler is one of the best run cities and best places to live in Arizona, where people express their passion through collaboration and teamwork as we serve our community of innovation. Come to Chandler, where passion meets purpose. Visit jointeamchandler.com for our current openings. That's jointeamchandler.com.
This message is sponsored by the City of Chandler.
KQFN AM Tempe, K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Listen to the Daily Blender, weekday afternoons 3 to 6 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside the posing, the looking huge.
Yeah. Swole.
What are you lifting? What are you lifting right now?
No, Miss Kim just texted me, said my guns are showing up on camera. And I stood and give her a shot of that. Right
There's
there.
a gun show right there.
Yeah.
Also, that AR-15, I think.
Oh,
probably needs to. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, that's probably over there, but that's fine. Doesn't bother me. I don't know that it bothers anybody. So
he took his headphones off, so he can't put them back on because he's holding the AR.
Yeah, he'll win most conversations with that.
I couldn't hear you because I was holding my AR.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line 888-368-1580 as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. 602 Pats fan, very happy, says, "Woo!" Wait, maybe I'm not reading this right. Woo! Go Wolverines. Is that how you wanted that read? I just can't tell. Wee woo, wee woo. I like the Wolverine. I don't know. Sometimes, I wish there were fonts for this sort of thing. I still say Sarcastica should just be italics.
Yeah.
And you should be able to text people in Sarcastico. That way they knew you weren't being serious. But congratulations, I guess. I'm not going to congratulate Jim Jerkface Harbaugh. But if you care and you're happy that Michigan won, all right, okay, good for you.
I lost 2.5 on that.
Yeah. $2.50. You shouldn't have done that.
Well, I was trying to make it sound bigger than it was.
You were caught up in the moment.
Yeah, I lost 2.5 on that. About 250 on that.
Keon, how much did you lose?
Oh, I didn't bet on it.
Yeah, smart. You wanted Washington to win, but you knew deep down.
Well, I thought Washington had a really good shot to win, but after that first drive, I was like, oh no, they are not good enough in the trenches. This is going to be awful.
Well, it was looking fine going into halftime. You know, 17-10, and then in the third quarter, hey, we got a field goal. Hey, we got a field goal. You're like, all right, well, it stopped being a game in the fourth quarter. It just stopped.
Yeah,
because they put up 2 touchdowns, and that was the end of that. I mean, that's
there were 2 quarters where Washington looked like Washington.
Right.
That was 2 and 3, and the first and the fourth, that team was not there. That was not the team on the field that day.
So how far down in the draft order does Michael Penix Jr. go?
Honestly, it's the thing is that performance against Texas is what caused him to shoot up the draft boards in the first place. So if that's where it ended, if for some reason they had lost to Texas, but it wasn't his fault and he was just doing everything he could do to win, he probably is fine. But because he looked like, everything that you were concerned about with Michael Penix showed up. Do
me a favor. Don't say shoot up while Randy's got his guns up. Just probably not a good.
Oh yeah.
I will keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. The imagery there is probably not great, but yeah, I think that all of the stuff that people said were his weaknesses, those things all showed up. The bad footwork that showed up. You know, sometimes he does force the football, which he's made good decisions overall, but when it doesn't pay off, it doesn't pay off. And then the injury stuff. He even was injured in the game, which he has an injury history that's a little concerning too. So when you add all of that stuff up, might cause him to tumble.
Well, that's a shame.
I don't know though. I mean, okay, injury, yes, but as far as footwork, some of the things that I saw him do instead of, but there were a couple of times that Michigan, the pocket was closing on him. All he had to do was step up and remain calm and deliver the ball. But he didn't do that. He kind of stood his ground.
Kyler Murray never learned that either.
Don't you just think that's something that you can teach him at the next level?
I mean, I'm not saying that he's broken at all or that he's unfixable. I'm saying that the people who are going to evaluate talent might look at those things as concerns.
You know what he is now?
Because he's also one of the older quarterbacks in the draft.
You know what he is now? He's a deal. He just became a bargain. Somebody lower down in the first or second round is going to get a bargain.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that he's going to be like Brock Purdy or anything. He'll be a second rounder probably, or late first still. But when you look at some of the stuff that Brock Purdy did in college, there were weaknesses there, and so people passed up on him many times over. And what did the Niners get? Like you said, a deal. So yeah, I mean that is distinctly possible that. You know, we're all overreacting to this and it's one game. I'm not saying that I wouldn't draft a Michael Penix Jr. I would.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is there were some things that there were concerns and they all showed up in one game, unfortunately.
Well, and that was the wrong game to have it happen, but it seemed like that kind of night. I mean, there was a tornado watch in the neighborhood and NRG Stadium's roof started leaking. And by the way, isn't that where the Houston Texans
That is
play?
where the Texans play. Yeah. Which that stadium is not that old. They need to take better care of that thing.
They need to check their warranty on that because that was sort of weird and sad. But I mean, I don't know if somebody says, "Hey, there's a tornado warning," you know what? You should go to your seat. And I'm going home.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Don't need to go to my seat. You saw this video of people sprinting from the parking lot trying to get inside. Yeah, because NRG Stadium is totally tornado proof. Absolutely. You're safe in there.
It was losing the battle against water. So I don't know that high velocity winds are going to necessarily be a battle at wins.
Well, I mean, water always wins. That's the thing. But erosion style. But
maybe some of those windshield wipers that they have on the ceiling there, they probably just worn out. They got to replace those. You can get those at the AutoZone. You get some of those.
NRG Stadium is not the rear window of a Ram 1500 fifth edition because those things always oh, it turns out that's a thing with the Ram 1500s. They call them 5th edition. These more modern Rams, all of their back windows eventually leak.
So 5th edition, is that like the 4th dimension?
No, it's just this is the 5th version of the Ram.
Okay.
So that's a thing. I haven't seen it happen, but I mean, I guess it does. So NRG Stadium must use the same guys for this because you feel like a newer stadium shouldn't be leaking.
Well, you take it to the dealer and have them, fix that and bring it back, and you're all good to go.
So it's one of those things where you can be like, oh, all right, well, good for Jim Harbaugh, I guess, and his brother is there and his mom is there, and you're like, you got the title, you were suspended for sign stealing, and there has been controversy. Now everybody's wondering where you're going to go, what you're going to do. But he took the mic and decided to say we were innocent. Oh no, Jim. Why would you? Why?
Well,
you were not innocent.
They tried to sue the Big Ten and then drop the lawsuit. If you were innocent, you'd still have the lawsuit.
Connor Stallions did those things. There are literally receipts, as the kids like to say. We got receipts. No. Actual receipts showing your guy, Connor Stallions, did a thing. And I'm pretty sure he didn't just do a thing so he only would have the information. I'm pretty sure you got wind of what that information was. So, sorry, you're not innocent. You're full of crap is what you are. And, this just drives me crazy for him to say we were innocent.
Yeah, because it's wrong and it's a lie. And he knows it's a lie. There's no way, after the whole process of Michigan taking basically every single L along the way of this process, that they can still maintain innocence, because if they were innocent at all, why didn't anything in this process go their way?
We'll never know now, will we? That is the line. And so you can say your players are innocent. My players are innocent. They didn't know about any of this, but that's not what he said. He says, we were innocent. It wasn't that hard because we knew we were innocent.
That Connor Stallions guy, is he somehow related to that rap singer lady?
Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah,
I do believe they do look very. They look like they'd be related.
Not even close.
What do you mean? Like, they got the same last name. Come on.
Yes.
Well, see,
there could have been an adoption in some form.
Sure,
I don't know.
They don't have the same Stallions and Stallion.
What are you talking about?
Slight difference, but not the same.
Maybe he added an S on there, so that people wouldn't be hounding him all the time for tickets to his sister's show.
Yeah. That's smart.
See, that's just not
see
his sister. That's just not his sister. Also,
I mean, when you're
a rap name.
Into a big family like that, you got to be careful. You got to cover that. You can't just be handing out tickets on the street to any
something Megan Thee Stallion's never done. It was cover anything. So except for maybe somebody else's songs.
I don't know that. I saw her on a.
She's not much of a coverer.
I threw that out there, not knowing. I just thought I'd just try.
Saw the top.
I don't know. I don't know her music.
On a commercial, she's doing a commercial for Fitness Zone or something.
Is that her?
Those workout places.
Oh, she's funny on that. Is that really her? Oh, okay.
She didn't have her legs there.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I don't know how they did that. So.
I liked her personality on that.
Yeah. Well,
she was wondering where the hell her legs were.
Just wondering if Stallion.
Listen, some great things came out of Michigan winning the national title. One is the automatic, renovation of Ann Arbor because they set fire to it. Ann Arbor just got improved immediately by all the couches and things. Why couches were on fire, I don't know. But
it's always Midwest schools that they win a title and then and Los Angeles. They win a title and then burn everything. And I just
destroy their own hometown there.
Get it? I don't understand.
Yeah. So immediately it was set on fire and the values went up. It was just an automatic improvement if you've ever been to Ann Arbor. So I think maybe the reason they were ready to set fire to things were the beer prices. The beer prices evidently were just enormous. And for college, here's what they said. Domestic beer, $13. And anything else, premium bottle option was $15. If you wanted something else, they also had like almost $17 beers. So I can see why maybe you'd be ready to burn things, I guess.
I would have started long before now. That's it's just that's insane.
$7 for a bottle of water.
You can drop $30 and only have 2 beers. That's
you mean at the game or in
no at the game? $6 for a 50-cent bag of pretzels.
Oh my God!
I bleep you not.
Absolutely no way.
Last year at SoFi Stadium when Georgia and TCU played, they had Modelo's for $17 each, but those are good, and they had wine for $17. So I guess I mean, listen, I'm not going to these games and buying booze and food. You wear baggy pants and you bring your own stuff.
Yeah,
that's how you do it. You don't do that. Beer Bob says Midwest schools set fire to everything just to stay warm in the winter, not because they won anything.
Oh, okay.
You think that's what it was?
Pretty reasonable.
Has it been cold in Ann Arbor? Okay. Big George says, I think Michigan's win yesterday all but sealed. And now we have to wait a while for the rest of
it. To get through the copy of War and Peace that Big George sends.
Yeah, he says the fate of Jim Harbaugh. He's going to the NFL to coach the Titans, the Falcons, Commandos, or the Raiders. He's accomplished all he wanted to at Michigan, and sanctions are incoming. Harbaugh is about to pull a Pete Carroll. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, didn't he just kind of get out of it by suspending himself? Is he out of it, or is he out of the woods?
I don't think he's out of the woods. That was just the beginning. I think that they are bringing more heat, and I don't know exactly what the heat's going to be. I don't know if they're going to come after him in the form of voiding all of his records. I don't know if they're going to come after him in the form of taking scholarships away. I don't know if they're going to come after him in the form of just another suspension. There are options, and maybe you don't stick around and find out.
So, I don't care what he does, and I hope they do give him sanctions just because I don't like him. But what I don't want to see is the kids, lose their championship over this. That it's not the kids' fault. It's not the players' fault. It's the fault of the coach. Now, I've liked your idea. Fire all the coaches. And now you got to get a new coaching staff in, or else, maybe do the or else. And then that really puts Michigan in a spot, doesn't it? They're like, well, if he stays, he's the winningest coach we've got here. And if he leaves, then we get to keep our championship. What would you do?
Well, it depends on what the priority is, because they can take the championship away, quote unquote, but we all saw you win it.
Yeah.
We can't pretend the same thing with Louisville in 2013 when, Rick Pitino was doing all the Rick Pitino things and they took that championship away. They voided that entire season, but we saw them win the title. We know that they won. We know that was a great team. So who are you really hurting by this? It's just, okay, it's not going to say officially in the books, but we know what happened. So anything that doesn't take the record away just because the players got that, the players earned that. And that seems really unfair to me.
Random Texter says, why the hell was Harbaugh even in the national championship game? Because his team won? What?
He's a coach.
Yeah, well, though they're saying that if he had so much, if they had so much evidence to prove that he was cheating and all of that,
it should stop them from before this.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, it's the NCAA. Their investigations take a billion years, and they're still not done. We have everything we need.
What do you think's going to happen? You think Jim Jerkface Harbaugh is going to stay, or is he going to go?
I think he's going to try and read the tea leaves. I think if he feels like what's coming down the pike is terrible for him, he's out of there, and that's why he hired that agent and everything, and he set himself up to jump because
he's got to get on them tea leaves quick because stuff is happening as we speak.
Yeah,
opportunities are presenting themselves. And, if he wants what he wants, he better get on it because people are going to be moving fast.
He's going to have his pick of those jobs.
Is there a deadline? When can they actually hire a coach? Could you hire a coach right now if you wanted to?
Yeah.
Okay. So nothing stops anybody from hiring their new coach here and right now.
But isn't it, and I know this doesn't apply here, but isn't it a rule they can't start interviewing coaches that are involved in playoffs and junk like that?
Correct.
That's new this year, right?
That's new this year. You could set the interview up so that like even like if the team was going to a Super Bowl, you could in that week between the Pro Bowl or the week between the conference title game in the Super Bowl, you could interview there. I think that they've removed that too. So you're just you're just gonna have to wait till after the Super Bowl if there is someone's coordinator you would like to hire, or until they lose.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think I don't know. I don't think anybody who's currently well, then again, okay. See, here's what I'm trying to say. I saw a rumor about Mike Tomlin, that Mike Tomlin might not want to coach anymore after this year. He might want, yeah. And it's been a reoccurring rumor that he might walk away. So then, of course, the Steelers are going to be looking. So I don't know. I think there should be a thing. Nobody can talk to anybody. Nobody can hire anybody. Nothing happens until after the Super Bowl. Next day after the Super Bowl, have at it. Go for it. Go get your guy. But until then, nothing. I think that would be the best way to go.
I don't know, because if someone's available before the Super Bowl, and now it's like if you think that there's a team that's going to the Super Bowl and they've got a guy that you want, and you should already know who that is by now. Like you should already have put in your request for whoever you want to interview.
You know the reason, because we don't want the guys who are running our team distracted. That was an issue with Gannon. Gannon, they were saying because of the way that went down, having conversations when they weren't supposed to, that maybe that's why we didn't win the Super Bowl. Maybe that's why he was so distracted we didn't play well. So,
yeah, which I doubt that, but I do see that
we'll never know now.
You can raise the question there, but yeah, I just think that if your team loses and your coordinators are now available, you should be able to interview those people.
But I say the problem with that is the teams that maybe are in the semifinals, all of a sudden they go ahead and lose, and then they didn't foresee losing their offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, quarterback coach, running back coach, and they weren't even thinking about that. So I don't know. I feel like it's just better. Just everybody just pause. Super Bowl's over. Next day, go crazy, and then everybody at least is in that mindset, not trying to figure out the future while they're still trying to win a Super Bowl, I guess. Hey, by the way, now the betting odds for next year are already out. This always annoys me because how would you even know? But they're saying Georgia has opened up as the betting favorite for the 25 college football playoffs. And their odds are 17-4 right now. And Alabama 6-1, Ohio State 8-1. Here's the thing. Michigan just won. Why wouldn't they assume that they might come back and do it again?
Well,
how many students are they losing?
I'm pretty sure that we're going to talk about Harbaugh potentially leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Blake Corum's likely gone. JJ McCarthy probably gone. So that's already, two important offensive players. Like once your quarterback goes, there's no guarantee you're going back.
Yeah.
Not unless you are a Georgia who just reloads all the time. Guy goes to the NFL. Cool. We already had the next dude. Just plug him right in. So like that's, I don't know that Michigan has reloaded in that particular kind of way. And when you lose the running presence that they had, I don't know that you can guarantee that Michigan's going right back. And I think maybe if Harbaugh says, you know what, no, I'm a Michigan man, I'm coming back, then you can figure the odds of them returning to be higher. But it's tough to repeat in college football as it is. And Georgia, I think, is the only team that's just set up to infinitely continue to get 4 or 5-star guys every single year to just spread this dynasty out for forever. I don't know when it stops, to be honest with you.
Well, I guess we're going to have to wait and find out. But now you can bet on Georgia or anybody else if you want, because the sports books are waiting. We got to take a break. When we come back, we got a whole lot of stuff to talk about. We got NBA. We got Major League Baseball. We got a whole lot of football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Take the guesswork out of your holiday gifts. OmahaSteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and save an additional $30 with promo code VSIN. OmahaSteaks.com.
Games in the NBA tonight. The Lakers are home at Crypto.com Arena. They'll take on the Toronto Raptors. Lakers a 4.5-point home favorite, minus 180 on the money line. Toronto plus 152 with an over-under of 236. Dallas home tonight facing Memphis. The Grizzlies now without Ja Morant, who's out for the year with a shoulder injury. The Mavericks an 8-point favorite, minus 355. Grizzlies plus 285, over-under 235. The Knicks are home in New York. They'll take on Portland. The Knicks a 12-point home favorite, minus 700. Portland plus 500, and the over-under in that contest, 229. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey, Ralph, got another solar question for you.
Okay, but did you check out the Harmon Solar podcast first?
The what?
The Harmon Solar podcast. We put new episodes up twice a month that teach you all the things you ever wanted to learn about solar. We discuss things like how solar works, the roofing, sales process, demand management, everything solar.
Show like this needs some real smart thinkers, huh?
Well, yeah.
So you got some really great guests then, huh?
Almost every show.
Is it on Spotify?
Yep.
iTunes?
Yep. Just search it everywhere. It's the Harmon Solar podcast. Go check it out at harmonsolar.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
If you haven't switched to Metashare yet, two big reasons to at least consider it and why it makes so much sense right now. Number one is inflation, which is just affecting everything. It just makes sense to say, okay, where can I actually save? Well, you can save a lot in one fell swoop if you switch to Metashare. The typical family saves $500 a month. Secondly, your conscience. Metashare members aren't forced to pay for things they don't support or believe in. And that's a big deal for a lot of people right now. They want their money to actually help people. And one more reason, you can trust Metashare. It's been the gold standard for healthcare sharing for more than 30 years. It works, and members love it too. It has double the member satisfaction rating compared to health insurance. So now is a great time to consider making the switch, and they are very easy to talk to. Metashare has great customer service. You can call now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here's the number. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional grade supplies for every industry, even hard to find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Hey, was Abilene Christian the girls team that got spanked so hard by that other team?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was just College of Biblical Studies.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. No, Abilene Christian they've had good teams before. Yeah.
No, I'm just checking because they're playing GCU on Thursday, 6:45 p.m. here on 1580 Fanatic, and I didn't know if it was going to be that kind of game.
Yeah, and you don't want Christian on Christian violence like that. That's wrong.
Oh, GCU doesn't care. They don't care.
We know.
Well, they
just roll through people.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
It's that killer antelope kind of mentality.
Mhm.
You know, leave no survivors, that
Mhm.
sort of thing. You see,
Mhm.
see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So Abilene Christian plays GCU Thursday, 6:45 p.m., and then Tarleton State is playing GCU at 6:45 on Saturday. And now I'm saying that I want to verify that time because sometimes they play at different times. Yep, I was wrong. 5:45 p.m. on Saturday. So I'm going to make a little change here on my little sheet. And now you know, 5:45 p.m. All right, 888-368-1580. The more you know, right, Randy?
Yeah.
All right, so we have a lot of different directions we could go, and I don't want to talk about the Suns. Not really. Clippers spanked them pretty badly, 138-111 last night. We had Kevin Durant, we had Devin Booker, and we had Bradley Beal. Kevin Durant, 20. He had 30. Booker had 20. Bradley Beal had 15. Not exactly what we were hoping for. Not exactly what Ishbia paid for. Again, you could say, well, they haven't had time to play together and get their chemistry, yada, yada, yada.
But wouldn't that be the truth, though?
That is a fact.
Yeah, but is that really enough of an explanation here?
Yes.
100%. Yeah.
Like, do you remember when LeBron, D. Wade, and Bosh all got together in Miami? That first, 40 games of that was the most up and down basketball. They didn't show up and dominate right away. It wasn't until halfway through that season that they just put everything together. And it was like, okay, that's the team that you thought you were watching. They were still good before, but that wasn't the same team. You do need chemistry. You do have to know where guys like to shoot, where they don't like to shoot, and all of that stuff.
Well, the Suns were beat in every single quarter, and it looked like they gave up in the fourth. It was just atrocious play. And, so really hoping for more. Hey, guys, you think you can get that sorted out by, say, I don't know, Thursday when you play the Lakers?
Who are also in their own hell.
Really need you to beat the Lakers, guys.
Because it was a Clippers team that they played too. That's funny. We had that same conversation with the Clippers, where Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden. Is this thing going to work? They were losing 7 games in a row. Then they figured it out. I don't know if they're going to figure it out in time for the Lakers, but the Lakers are also not good. So
I just need him to beat the Lakers right now.
We got manhandled by the Clippers last night in every way you could think of, including, but not just in assists. The Suns only had 17 assists as a team. And as a team, the Clippers had 32 assists. See what I mean? They're moving the ball around. It's not one or two guys. Okay, Eric Gordon had 12 points last night, 15 points, something like that. That's good, but I mean, you look at the rest of the guys. Grayson Allen had 8. Yusuf Nurkic had 8. I mean, you got to get people involved. You got to move the ball around. It can't just be 3 guys going down shooting bombs and then expect to win a game. Especially when the Clippers, they're loaded. The Clippers, they have everything going for them.
The Clippers right now are the second or third best team in the Western Conference.
We're not. We're just not.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That is fine. I mean, that's what the season is for.
You better figure it out. Tired of you not figuring it out. So figure it out. Let's see. Donnie says, how about them Suns? All right. Calm down.
Hi, Donnie.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, thanks for sending me the email regarding I've been sending out to the winners of the fantasy football leagues like, hey guys, need your information because we want to give you the $100 for winning your championship in your league. And he says, just letting everyone who won know that you guys are sending out our victory prize email. On a sports note, wish the Bears could get Harbaugh as their next head coach, but I don't think they're going to get rid of old Eberflus.
That's what I'm hearing too.
You don't want Jim Jerkface Harbaugh.
Why not? I mean, he is a jerk, and he has a jerk face. I understand that.
Checking in the khakis,
but he wins.
But everywhere, yeah, exactly right. Everywhere he goes, the guy wins.
Except for the Colts. Thanks. Anyway,
as a coach, as a coach,
I know. I'm just saying. God, I'm so glad that we're happy with our coach. Our coach nearly won, coach of the year there. I don't know. He still might. Probably not.
He still might. It's hard to look past Tomlin ending his season with 3 straight games from Mason Rudolph. And he still gets in the playoffs. I don't get it outside of coaching. How else do you explain that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, now Donnie's upset. He's like, $100 prize. What the F? I was 12-1 all year and lost because Tyreek didn't show up. How about them Tyreek Hills? I don't know, Donnie. That's how it works. You have to win the championship.
That's how, like that. When the thing is, you were boasting for most of the season about being undefeated, and every time you did, Jeffrey was like, "Win the championship."
Now you know why I didn't send you the money ahead of time.
Kept going. Hey, how about my $100? You've got to win the title.
We would have had to recollect that.
Donnie, you got to learn this. Pride goes before a fall, Donnie. Pride goes before a fall.
How about them Vikings?
Oh boy.
How about them Vikings? You like that, Donnie? You like that?
Oh no. Oh no. You're just really making it hurt now. That's just cold.
Mr. Wilbur says, "Tell the truth, Jeffrey." I always do. Hold on. Where's my thing is
excuse me?
My text line is going goofy. Here it is. Tell the truth, Jeffrey. You've entered the transfer portal and you'll be taking your basketball skills to the College of Biblical Studies to save the school. Yes, I am now in the transfer portal, hoping that they'll take me. In what capacity, Mr. Wilbur? Am I going to play on the team, or am I going to coach the team? How do you see this little fantasy of yours working out?
It's interesting to me because I was on the website of the College of Biblical Studies, and it has the picture of the coaches, the men's coach and the women's coach. And honestly, it just looks like two people they just plucked right out of church.
Mm-hmm.
Just they like basketball. Sure, they're the coach.
I would have thought a school that small, the men's and women's coach would be the same person.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think that because they do have a different schedule, so they travel separately. That would be why.
Walter Mellon says, one could say GCU is Old Testament Christian. You know, an eye for an eye type.
One could say that. Yeah,
they're a W for a W type is what they are.
Yeah.
Average Joe says, if I was a betting man, I'd put money on the Suns to be outscored in the fourth quarter every single game. Well, go make some money. Give it a shot, man. If you think that's what you want to do.
I wouldn't do every single game. You know, when they're playing like the better teams, sure. But when they're playing the Wizards, you're going to bet on the Wizards to outscore the Suns in the fourth. The Wizards don't outscore, like, the starters don't outscore their own bench sometimes in the fourth. I wouldn't make that bet.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Harden had changed the Clippers to contenders, which really, take a moment with that. Can you believe that actually is a true statement? Because like a month or two ago, we were like, oh, brother. Now he's all back to super Harden.
But the thing is, I still don't necessarily buy it just because I've seen James Harden in the playoffs for every year of his career, and it hasn't resulted in contending for a title. It just never has.
You can help him get there, I guess.
Yeah, which it's not nothing. It's just, he has a tendency to disappear in those moments.
The Suns need someone like him that can drive and create, says Baker's Cocky Hens. Book doesn't seem to have the handles or size or something. Too many turnovers and can't seem to take down the big stars. It's like they are in his head. Takes me back to years ago when he was complaining about off-season practices versus all these guys. Booker is in a funk right now. Don't know why, but he seems to be in a bit of a funk, right?
I don't know. He's been streaky, but I wouldn't say he's in a funk. I just think that there's going to be some, the same thing we had when Durant showed up last year, where they didn't want to step on each other's toes. It just looks like it's happening again now that they've added Beal. And now that he's actually playing, now it's like, who's the guy that's going to go to the basket in the fourth? Who's the guy that's going to have the ball in his hands the most? And it just seems like they all like each other. So nobody wants to be the person to cut somebody else off. And it's easier to do when you're just the star with a bunch of role players. But when you've got other guys that are closer to your level, it gets a little more difficult.
You know what they need to do is they need to have like a get together. And, once Devin Booker starts to maybe a little nap time, grab his phone and block the Jenner girl out of his phone, because I think he's still following her and he sees when she's with a guy, not with a guy, that kind of thing. And maybe he's still pining away for her, so maybe block all Jenner references from his phone and then maybe he'll be in a good mood all the time.
I don't know that that's what's happening, so I can't really say that that'll work.
I wonder.
I mean, he's averaging 26 a game. It's not like he's playing badly.
I'm just saying, but he didn't have 26 yesterday. He had 20. So just an idea. I don't know. I'm looking for ideas and answers here, because right now this team is mediocre at best, stanks some nights, just saying. Baker's Cocky Hens agrees. Yes, the Kardashian Jenner curse from 2019. Sun star Devin Booker got visibly upset over being double teamed. He claimed that he sees doubles all season and didn't want to deal with passing out of doubles during an open gym. I think those two things weren't connected. I think he was still talking about how he complained about practice.
Yeah, that's a different thing than the thing you originally said. Also, the double teams, nobody likes double teams. What do you?
Well, the Kardashian girls do.
Okay, well, I'm not commenting on that. But Kevin Durant went to go be a Warrior. For what reason do you think? Because now you get one-on-ones. That's what everybody likes.
Walter Mellon says, did the LA's release Kardashian on a book again? Could that be the funk you're talking about, Jeffrey? I don't understand what you just said, but probably. The Jet says, Booker has been ice cold. I think he was like 8 for 17 last night. When he gets his shot back, he'll win more games. But like I said, when we got rid of the Twins, we're probably done playing for championships for a few years. You can't run on the court with the old guys when we're playing against young teams.
Kevin Durant is the only quote unquote old guy in this group of people. So I don't know what that means.
Ray, you don't have to tell me you're Ray every time you text in. Your name is now on the text line thing here. Our new friend Ray from Nova Scotia says, I wonder if my Ottawa Senators will win tonight against the Flames of Calgary. Do you guys like hockey? Well, we're going to admit, probably not as much as you do. But yes, we are fans of the Arizona Coyotes. But yeah, I'm not really an expert in hockey. Keon, are you expert in hockey?
I would say that I am the opposite of that. I like hockey, but if you said, "Hey, break this down,"
you could.
I got nothing for you. Yeah,
Randy, how about you? How are you with hockey?
I don't know that I can break it down like Keon.
Yeah,
but
we know we like the hockey, and there's nothing better than watching a game in person. Watching on TV kind of blows, but when you watch it in person, now you got something there. I'd rather play hockey than watch hockey. But in the grand scheme of things, the Ottawa Senators, will they beat the Flames of Calgary? You're goddamn right they will, Ray. You're goddamn right they will. I've got nothing.
I don't
base that on.
To base that on.
I just wanted to get him psyched up. I just wanted to help.
Yeah, doing it for your friend.
Yeah.
When you name your team after politicians, how can you lose? It's really a dumb name for a team. I'm sorry, Ray, but your name, Senators?
Well, they were originally the Washington Senators.
Oh, see, that's what you could have changed it.
One of those names that should have changed when the team moved
to
Ottawa.
It didn't just leave the D.C. area. It left the country, Ray. You're allowed to change the name.
And then didn't go to the capital of the country that it went to. So I'm not actually certain why the name stayed, but
wow. Yeah, Ray, you need to talk to them about that. They're too polite to change the name. They're worried that somebody might get offended, I guess. But yes, the Ottawa Senators will beat the Flames of Calgary. Sure. Waldo says maybe Book should consult old Bruce on how to be a winner.
Bruce?
Used to be Bruce. Now Caitlin. Olympic champion.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Anyway, so listen, we have other NBA things. Tyrese Halliburton, do we have any update on him? He did the splits last night, and then they had to carry him off the court. He was supposed to get an MRI. Do we know what his current situation is? Tyrese Halliburton had been killing it, and then I don't know. He just went right down. He just slipped him some
left
sweat or something.
Hamstring strain for Tyrese Halliburton.
He's lucky he's tall because oof. When a man does the splits, there's a lot going on there, and the unexpected splits. And I'm surprised it's not more like, other muscles in his leg. They're saying just a hamstring. Did you see this? Do you see how he went down?
I did not see how he went down.
He went down James Brown style and just did the splits.
Which, when you're not expecting it, is...
Yeah. He was driving in the basket. Derek White was right there. He tried to plant his leg and spin back the other direction, but his leg gave out, and he's like, "Ha! I'll kiss myself right there." And then he just fell down, and it was wrong. It was very wrong. It's one of those videos where you can watch it. It's not like a broken leg video, but you're still going to be,
Jiminy Christmas.
See, you're not supposed to do that.
Oh no.
Yeah, you see the video now, don't you?
Oh my God.
The first thing I'm thinking, how are his nuts? Because bang, like just the splits, man. Men aren't supposed to do that.
That is
Mm-hmm. So Halliburton.
Yeah.
See,
slow motion made that so
slow
much
motion's
worse. I am done watching that
Should have
for
stopped
today.
it right away. Should have stopped it right away. So let me know if there's any word on how long they think is he going to be out, or maybe he won't be out. I don't know. John Morant, he's going to have shoulder surgery, so he'll be out for the season, which means that he'll have a lot of free time in his hand. I wonder how he'll spend it.
Well,
wisely?
I mean, I don't know, but the guy got punished for what he did. I'm not going to try and figure out what he's going to do next. We'll just see. Just wait and see.
It's all right. I mean, we'll have Draymond Green to talk about. Did he retire? Did he retire?
He did not retire.
Oh, because he had a press conference.
No, he was just talking about coming back. He did consider retiring.
Mm-hmm.
He had a conversation with Adam Silver, and he said he told him, I'm going to retire.
Well, I heard on the thing, there's like, oh, he's going to talk. And I'm like, well, there's no reason for him to talk unless he's retiring. So you just talk to talk.
Yeah, I think
that's dumb.
I just think the media got together for Golden State. It's just like they're all there in the building anyway. It's not like you're calling a press conference and you're saying, well, everybody in the country can come. It's just we're going to talk to the local media about the biggest thing going on with that team locally.
Well, Draymond Green, he'll be back. So
yeah.
Look, if you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk.
Adam
Silver talked him out of it.
Yeah. If you're going to walk the walk, you got to talk the talk.
Yeah.
And if you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. And if you're going to walk the talk, you got to talk the walk.
Right.
All three different variations, Randy, are very important. So yes, Draymond Green he's coming back. I don't know if it's going to matter. Don't know if it's going to help. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, other things that are going on. I also have we have to decide drunken legend of the week. Yeah. Turned out, well, it was mostly harmless. What these drunken legends did. Well, I don't know. Depends on the way you see it. But we'll talk about it when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Did you know gas goes bad in as little as 30 days? Bad gas can cause rough starts, poor performance, or no starts at all. Stable, America's #1 fuel stabilizer, ensures quick and easy starts after storage. Stable's proprietary formula keeps fuel fresh for 2 years, outperforming competitors. Whether it's your car, truck, boat, lawnmower, leaf blower, weed trimmer, ATV, motorcycle, or anything else with an engine, when you store, start with Stable.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation, excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city, 34 highway to 30 city, 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive, 28 city, 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn.
Arizona has a shortage of teachers and a need to improve students' proficiency in reading and math. We need to increase teachers' income, which they deserve, and to increase students' proficiency, which is my highest priority. I'm therefore providing $40 million for one-on-one tutoring for grades 1 through 8, public and charter school students who did not perform proficient on the last state test. Learn more today at azia.gov.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education. If it's local, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. The
The Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Here's the schedule for all our football. On Saturday, we got the Browns and the Texans at 2 p.m. And then, of course, with this GCU game that's coming up on Saturday, so we've got to move the Dolphins and Chiefs over to Money Radio 1510 and 105.3 FM. That game will start at 6 p.m. On Sunday, we got the Steelers and the Bills at 10:30 a.m. We've got the Packers and the Cowboys at 2 p.m. We got the Rams and the Lions at 6 p.m. And then on Monday, we got the Eagles and the Buccaneers at 5:30 p.m. So here's the thing. You don't have to figure out, oh, my God, where are they playing this game? Well, all the games are here. All the playoff NFL games are here, if not on 1580 The Fanatic, at least on CRC Broadcasting. So we've got all your games right here. So, but when it comes to TV, you need a guide. You need a guide for that. So the Browns and the Texans on Saturday are going to be on NBC/Peacock. But then the Dolphins, the Chiefs, only on Peacock.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Why the hell would they do that?
Well, you've known about it all year. I think we talked about it, and I complained about it earlier before the season even started. And then I was just like, well, I guess there's one I'm not going to watch. But then you see the matchup is Dolphins and Chiefs. Yeah, I got to watch that.
That's why they put it there.
You sons of bitches.
They didn't put the game you didn't care about. They put the one you did.
So, Jeff, you can come over to my house. Me and Miss Kim, we have the Peacock.
Oh, you can come over to my house because I got it this morning.
Oh, you have the Peacock.
I got the $5.99 version just for this. And then I got immediately, the next thing I did on my computer was set a reminder in 30 days to get rid of it. Yeah. Told my wife, we're going to have to binge all of that Yellowstone show to see what it's about. Because
this is the only time we have it.
Yeah. 1 month later, I got too many streaming services.
Yeah. Well.
So, you cancel all your plans. Anyway, so Dolphins and Chiefs only on the Peacock on Saturday at 6 p.m. Then on Sunday, Steelers and Bills, CBS. Packers and Cowboys at 2, Fox. And then Rams and Lions at that night back on the Peacock and the NBC. Monday, it's on ABC and ESPN, Eagles at Buccaneers. So that is the whole way it works. But if you're in your car, you only need to know one thing. 1580 The Fanatic. All right, let's go back to the text line. And Ray says, I do admit the name Ottawa Senators is not the best. Ottawa is the capital of Canada, so actually it is appropriate. Yes, the historian also jumped in to say, Ottawa is the capital. If I was there, I'd take my toque off and beat y'all silly.
What, for not knowing things about Canada? I'm sorry?
Sorry, we're Americans, not Canadians.
Yeah, and we barely know anything about America.
I'm not gonna lie. Exactly. I really didn't know that Ottawa was the capital.
Don't add another country on that we got to figure out. We can't figure this one out. Fish Tank says, once again, the Dolphins are on Peacock exclusively. You're going to make me sign up for a TV service to watch one game. That's annoying. So I guess they wanted to cash in on the whole Taylor Swift connection. There might be an element of that. But I got to say that the Swifties, they are not going to pay $6 to get a streaming service just to catch a glimpse of Taylor Swift. I just can't imagine they are that vapid, insipid, and stupid.
Well, I'm telling you right now, those Swifties, they would
just for a glimpse of her up in the box.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we had any Swifties listening, I would ask them, but we do not. I mean, I would almost guarantee you this is a Swiftie free zone. Nobody listening is like, I Nobody.
Moist one.
Okay, one person. We have one. That's it. Nobody else. And Moist one, I just don't want to talk to him about this. So,
because you know where it's going.
Yeah, it's going to go
nowhere good.
Really bad area. Moist one says Yellowstone is hot garbage. Really? Because I enjoyed the 1883 and we enjoyed the 1923. So I figured, well, the regular Yellowstone should be pretty good. But you're saying it's no good? Have you guys tried that show?
I have not yet. No. No.
I see a cowboy hat and I'm immediately like, nope. So, unless it's a Western from the past, these days it's just like, I don't know. Mm-mm. Isn't Boomer Sooner a Swiftie? Says Big George.
I don't think so.
Not sure why you'd think he would be.
No, Boomer Sooner's not a Swiftie.
The Jet says, don't the Swifties pay like $1,000 a ticket for that concert? Yeah, but see, you have to pay money to go see her sing. It's not, you're like, okay, do I really want to pay just to see her for a moment? And then I got to watch an entire game. They don't care about football.
That's you. That is not the fanatical, maniacal Swiftie fan club, the Swifties. They will do anything to see Taylor Swift. Anything.
So I like, let's say, I like Andrew Luck. And let's say that Andrew Luck was dating Taylor Swift. Do you think I would pay a bunch of money just to watch Andrew Luck sit in the balcony and go during her concert?
No, but you see, that's you.
And you're not anywhere near as obsessed with Andrew Luck as the Swifties are with Taylor Swift.
You're not a Swiftie.
You like Andrew Luck.
Mm-hmm.
They're in love with Taylor.
I'm in love with my wife.
And
that's
there you
it.
go.
That's all I got. I got
now,
nothing
would
else.
you move heaven and earth to watch your wife? Yes, you would.
Well, here's the thing. Right now, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, they're in that part of the relationship where, yes, whatever it takes, he's going to go to her show. She's going to come watch this game. But now we're getting in the playoffs. Even Travis Kelce's like, okay, you go on to the Golden Globes without me. I got to focus on this. And I guarantee you, if she's on tour, she's going to do the same thing. And after a while, it's being like, well, I've seen you do your thing already.
For some reason, I don't think that's the case.
I'll explain to you. My wife, she does really enjoy listening to this show, but she doesn't all the time, and I don't take it personally.
And you're taking long odds that she's not listening right now.
I don't care if she is listening right now. She understands what I'm saying. I ain't saying nothing wrong. There's a certain point where your relationship matures where you don't have to be there for every single thing. That's it.
I just don't. I don't know. I didn't say you had to be there for every single thing. We're talking about people paying money to go watch Taylor Swift. Of course, you wouldn't have to pay money to go watch your wife, but I'm just saying you would still go.
Yeah, I mean, depends on what's going on.
Have you seen?
That's the same answer for her.
You and I have been in radio long enough to know the kind of buffet and beverages that are backstage at any concert.
Oh yeah. It's good
Hell
spread.
yes,
It's always a good spread.
You kidding me? It's world class back there.
I don't know why you're trying to get me in trouble with my wife.
Who said I'm trying to get you in trouble with your wife? I'm just saying.
Keon is.
I haven't said anything.
Well, that's a different story. I know Keon is always looking for opportunities.
I know,
because of the way that you pick on him.
Well,
he's always looking for opportunities.
What am I looking
to
for?
pick back? You see what I'm saying?
I haven't done anything.
If my wife were debuting a movie, I would go watch her in it. Okay, and I'd be like, "Yay!" and cheer her on. But I'm not going to every showing of the movie. And if she was singing on a stage, I'd go see her a bunch of times. I wouldn't go to every single show. It's just not realistic. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but you're talking about a mature relationship. The bizarre parasocial relationship.
Did you just say a mature relationship?
Yeah, like you've been in the relationship a long time. You know who she is. She knows who you are.
Where have you been the last several years on this radio show?
I understand that, but hold on.
I think he's talking about her side.
Well, not even that. I'm saying compared to the bizarre parasocial relationship that the Swifties have with Taylor Swift, that's not mature. That's like high school girl. And if you're 27 and you're still in love with Taylor Swift that way, you just didn't grow out of it.
We spent way more time even talking about Taylor Swift in any capacity than I wish we had. The sad part is when we come back in the next hour, I got a bunch of texts about this. So we're going to try to wrap this up as fast as I can. You know,
Nielsen just called. We had a bump in the ratings book last 10 minutes.
I'll cancel the show. I don't even care. All right, guys, that's hour 1 down and 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
2 yards should be just a nice, comfortable 9-iron for him. They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
What in? The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best teed up at the 2024 WM Phoenix Open presented by Taylor Morrison. February 5th through 11th at TPC Scottsdale. Get tournament and ticket info at WMPhoenixOpen.com.
The new season is here with Training Camp Back Together Weekend presented by YouTube. And NFL Network is all in as your favorite teams hit the field. From the fans to the rookies and the stars on the move. Get exclusive access across the league. Training Camp Back Together Weekend, all weekend long on NFL Network. Additional coverage on NFL Plus, ABC, and ESPN. Go to NFL.com/BackTogetherWeekend for ways to watch. Presented by YouTube, the new exclusive home of NFL Sunday Ticket.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's almost time for Arizona voters to pick their candidate for president. The presidential preference election is on March 19th. And if you want to vote by mail, make sure you are on the active early voting list or request a one-time ballot by mail. Elections are independently managed by each Arizona county. So reach out to your county recorder's office before March 15th if you want a ballot by mail. Get more election details at arizona.vote. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, well, my wife was listening earlier, and I don't think I'm in trouble. I think she gets it. I mean, we've been together like 10 years. You know, so it's a more mature relationship, I guess, like if you say. She says, by the way, I am listening and our relationship is still young and in love, at least for me. What are you talking about? See, that's just, she's starting trouble. Yeah, and that's what I said to her. I said, you know what I'm saying? Don't start trouble. I said, we are in love and our relationship is solid, but you don't listen to every single second of every single one of my shows. She says, oh, yes, I do. And there's always the podcast. Damn it. All right,
See?
fine.
And that's why I was like, Randy tried to throw you a softball, and then you were like, maybe. And I was like, see, you could have just
It's
taken
different.
the easy way out.
It's different. It's different. Now, if she's doing a thing, of course I want to be there. Of course I want to be there. But Taylor Swift is not going to be there for every single one of Travis Kelce's games, and Travis
Maybe, yeah.
Kelce's not going to be there for every single one of her concerts.
Maybe this is why you think that Alex has a thing for Aaron Rodgers.
No, I think she's way over that now. She's way
she's over that. Oh,
now I think she has a thing for Jimmy Kimmel.
Who?
I think she's into Jimmy Kimmel now.
What?
I don't know. Well, here, the whole thing between Jimmy Kimmel and Aaron Rodgers. Jimmy Kimmel, I guess. Well, do you know about this? The Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel are fighting?
No.
Okay, so Jimmy Kimmel, late night TV talk show guy,
Yes.
former Man Show host.
Okay.
They've been sniping at each other for a while. I think Aaron Rodgers, with some of his anti-vax stuff, that caught the attention of Jimmy Kimmel, so Jimmy Kimmel makes jokes. Some of the conspiracy theories of Aaron Rodgers, so Jimmy Kimmel makes jokes, some of which might have even been funny. And so they sort of started going after each other.
Uh-huh.
And so I guess just recently, with that whole Jeffrey Epstein thing where they're releasing the list, I guess Rodgers was mad because Jimmy Kimmel made fun of where Aaron Rodgers said, you know why they released all that UFO information? They said because they were trying to distract you away from the Jeffrey Epstein list. And that would be bad news for people like Jimmy Kimmel, insinuating that maybe Jimmy Kimmel was a pedophile. And so now Jimmy Kimmel says, whoa, he's like, hey, you want to start stuff like that? I'll see your ass in court, buddy. Don't say stuff like that. That's not true.
Boy.
And so Aaron Rodgers, was sitting there, and Jimmy Kimmel sitting there, and the list comes out. Jimmy Kimmel goes, thank God. Yeah, I told you so. And he wasn't on the list. And he's like, so then last night, his first show back in the new year, Jimmy Kimmel comes out and just rips Aaron Rodgers a new one. Just completely destroys him. He went at him hard. He said, I spent years doing sports. I've seen guys like him before. Aaron Rodgers has a very high opinion of himself because he's had success in the football field. He believes in himself to be an extraordinary being. He genuinely thinks that because God gave him the ability to throw a ball, that he's smarter than everyone else. The idea that his brain is just average is unfathomable to him. He also called Aaron a guy who's went to community college, then got into Cal on a football scholarship, but didn't graduate. He says, yeah, he put on a magic helmet that had the G on it. He thought it said genius, but it was really for Green Bay. Aaron got 2 A's on his report card. They were both in the word Aaron. And he also said that Aaron is too arrogant to know how ignorant he is, and that he did the impossible by making the New York Jets look even worse. So he just went, and there's a lot more to it, actually. It's like a 7-minute roll that he went on, and even brought up some psychology type stuff. And everything you're sitting there listening to Jimmy Kimmel say, you're like, yeah, he's kind of right. He's right. Now, Jimmy Kimmel, in his past, has, doing the Man Show. He played a part in the Man Show, which was cancelable by today's standards. Easy. You know what I'm saying? Him and that other guy. Oh, I forgot his name. Jimmy's got some, he's got some issues in the past if you want to start holding accountable. But this is a current fight between Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel. So then everybody's like, ooh, Aaron Rodgers is going to be on Pat McAfee today. This ought to be good. It wasn't. Aaron Rodgers just went on there and just started babbling about stuff, not making any kind of sense. And sometimes it sounded like he was making Jimmy Kimmel's point, and then it sounded like he was disagreeing, and then he started attacking people at the network. It was very odd. I don't know what the hell Aaron Rodgers was really saying, but the one thing he didn't do was apologize. There were no apologies involved.
Maybe he had an extra cup of that Hyuska tea in the morning.
I don't know, man. Whatever it is, but he just kind of rambled on and on and on for a while. Basically trying to make himself seem like a victim, and then immediately said, I'm not trying to paint myself the victim. The entire time you've been on this show, just now, you were doing that. But whatever. So now, I don't know. I guess it's over. because Aaron Rodgers didn't have any good jokes. I think that's in the minds of comedians. Once somebody gets you and you come back and say absolutely nothing funny, Kimmel wins. Now, the minds of everybody else, you're not going to change anybody's minds. Anybody who loves Aaron Rodgers and agrees is going to automatically hate Jimmy Kimmel and vice versa. So whatever, if this becomes a political thing, a society thing, I just don't care. But yeah, it was a big old deal, I guess.
Wow.
And it just fizzled into nothing. Really thought Aaron Rodgers would have gone on there and had some good stuff to say. You know what I mean? Really would have gone crazy. Even if it was stupid and wrong. Maybe it'd be funny. Wasn't funny at all.
The thing
disappointing
was the day before, the reporter is asking him, hey, you know, what was contributing to all of this losing going on in New York with the Jets? And Aaron Rodgers said all of the BS in this building that's got nothing to do with football. And then in the next breath, when he was asked about how he was going to respond to Kimmel, he says, tune into the Pat McAfee show tomorrow. Just no self-awareness whatsoever. Yeah, you're the person in the room with all of the things that have nothing to do without football. It's you. You're the guy. You're the cause of what's going on here.
And then he didn't really say anything today.
Yeah, and after all of that,
nothing, just big old nothing. You know, if you lit any of those firecrackers, God damn you to hell if you did on New Year's Eve. But if you lit one of them firecrackers and it just goes and nothing happens, that's Aaron Rodgers today. So I guess it's over. I guess it's over. You know, a great national tragedy, an emergency. Just
has come to an end.
Just disappointing, to be honest.
Wow.
Thought that we'd have a nice beef for kind of going back and forth, but all of a sudden, just Aaron Rodgers just melted on you. Chief Skull says, afternoon, guys. I don't agree with Aaron Rodgers. He played for Green Bay. Can't respect him for that alone. Fair enough. See, some people will never have their minds changed. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I hear Rodgers is recruiting Antonio Brown to the Jets. Think they would play together well. Parlay J says, is it possible that Rodgers might have CTE? He's been very weird the last few years. I don't know. I don't think we've ever seen him get a concussion, except for that one funny the picture where his helmet is like up and the chin strap is around his nose. Maybe that was it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think he's ever been reported for a concussion.
Yeah, and not every concussion is something that we necessarily notice. Like, we're just trying our best to diagnose the ones we see. You know,
I think he has, because he changed helmets, and he's got that big that great Gazoo helmet.
Yeah, Wazoo. Yeah. Moist One says Adam Carolla. Oh, right, Adam Carolla, a poor man's Joe Rogan. Let's see. Big George says, yeah, but it wasn't more shocking. Just absolutely shocking that Stephen Hawking was on the Epstein list. Can you imagine that? Reminds me of the Family Guy episode where they made fun of Stephen Hawking having sex. I didn't see that, and I don't want to think about that. It's a bit
deeply uncomfortable. Everything in the world that's bad, I still think I'd like to think about before I thought about that.
Oh yeah. I just no, I'm not doing it.
Just, you can't. Please don't go there. Oh no.
Boomer Sooner says, what does Big George have against me? Oh, I don't know. Swifty. Are you a Swifty? She says, me a Swifty? Hell no. She's a Swifty Sooner. What? So she's a fan of the Sooners? How do you even know that? Sun Devil Raul is on the text line. Haven't seen him in a while. Hey, buddy, how you doing? He says, let's see. Today at my appointment, my dentist said moist, and then said, oh, that word. It's is there any words that make you feel uncomfortable? Moist One needs to lose that gross name of his. Yeah, but it worked because you thought about him at the dentist office.
He knows.
He says Washington Huskies got screwed in that holding call that stopped their game-tying drive around the 9-minute mark in the fourth quarter. From that BS call, Michigan went up by 10 and sealed the fixed win for Coach Harbaugh. Wow. What do you say to that?
It was a bad call. It did stop a drive, but they didn't play well in most of the first and most of the fourth quarter. If one call is what is going to stop you from being in that game, especially as high powered as that offense was capable of being, that wasn't the reason why they lost.
Sun Devil Raul also wants to know if we've seen that great comedy movie MacGruber yet. No, and I feel like that is something somebody does to just try to make others suffer. I feel like that's not a movie that is really great.
It was a sketch idea that was a pretty funny commercial. I don't know that I want to sit down and watch an hour and a half or more of that, to be honest with you.
I feel like it being set up for something right there. Ray says, we had someone with the popularity of Taylor Swift once in Canada. Her name was Anne Murray. She was hot back in the day. Oh, you remember the Anne Murray there, Randy?
Yes, I do. Take these tiny wings and fly away.
I thought Corey Hart was kind of like the Elvis of Canada. Is that true, Ray? I remember Corey Hart because like he was here like a one-hit wonder in the United States, but up there, I think he's still like the man. Fish Tank says, hey, Fish Tank. We haven't heard from him because he was really sad on Monday about what happened to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
He says, hey, did you see it's expected to be in the single digits at Arrowhead? Probably not going to be the most exciting game, but I'm hoping them Chiefs wide receivers will have hands made of stone even more than usual. Well, you should be worried about your own guy having hands of stone. Tyreek Hill's kind of got a case of the drops lately, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does. Looks like he made those hands in a metal shop.
Clang, bonk. Walter Mellon says, Jeffrey, the Swifties pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to see her in concert. Well, I think I read that one,
but you see her for the whole concert.
Yeah, you get hours, 3, 4, 5 hours.
When you watch her on TV during a Chiefs game, you're not watching her. You are still watching the football game. And then there's like way too many cutaways to her, but it's still only glimpses. It's not, she's not the show.
Yep. Donnie says, name me a more sensitive athlete these last few years than Aaron Rodgers. Can't.
More sensitive?
He's always been arrogant. He's always been overreactive and sensitive.
His skin is thin, man. He just any criticism, he just can't handle it.
I can't think of it. I mean, a couple of guys who've overreacted in moments, but no, Aaron Rodgers wins the prize. Hefty Lefty says, I think Rodgers inhaled too much racing fuel back when he was dating Danica Patrick. Time release effect in the brain, maybe. Or maybe we didn't see the concussion because she crashes a lot. And if she was ever driving and he was in the car, right there, just took out his snogging right there.
Aaron Rodgers did suffer a concussion last game of the season against the Lions in 2018. That's the only one I could find on Aaron
Gotcha.
Rodgers.
I was going to chalk it up to the.
I don't know. It was somebody on the Lions.
Dan Campbell.
Campbell.
I bet it was.
Wouldn't be shocked. But Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I think I was going to chalk up his general paranoia and a bunch of other things to just the many drugs he's taken in his life.
Yeah.
That he tells us about all the time.
Could be. Moyes one says, isn't Celine Dion Canadian? Yes, I believe she is. He says, the things I would do. What the hell, dude? Wait.
I didn't realize that's where we were going.
Celine Dion, really? Celine Dion? That turns you on? Celine Dion? I don't know what to think. Does that really turn you on, Moist One? Celine Dion?
Are you going to get
her giant neck?
Are you going to get a true answer from the Moist One? He's going to give you whatever answer creeps you out the most, not the best answer or the right answer.
You even notice that? She does, Randy. She has a giant neck. Like, seriously, there aren't enough scarves in the drawer for her. She's a huge neck. I noticed that back when she was singing that Titanic song there. I was like, my God, this girl is all neck. If you've got a thing for super duper long necks, Moist One, she's yours. She is yours. Chief Skull says, more great Canadians. Nickelback. See, that's enough to go to war with them.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ray. Sorry, Ray. Nickelback is just pushing your luck right there. It was bad enough you sent Bieber down here. I think we needed to probably, close the border because of Nickelback. Beer Bob says, so wait, Jeffrey, let me get this straight. You expected the guy who dated Danica Patrick, Shailene Woodley, and others, and doesn't talk to his family to come back and say something intelligent? Come on, Jeffrey. I expected more from you. He should have at least had some of the guys from Pat McAfee show write him some singers. Yeah, I kind of thought maybe they might do that, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he had whole time to prepare. It's not that he was going to independently come up with anything intelligent. It was that you had like 24 hours to respond, and then that's what came out.
Well, I think what happened was he went into the dark room again and he wrote his jokes, and that's how they came out.
Yeah.
Just a rambling, bunch of letters together.
Yeah, as soon as they went to commercial, he probably turned and went, nailed it.
Well, yeah, of course he feels that way because Pat McAfee laughs at everything that he says, even whether or not it's funny.
Killing it. New texter on the text line, 3499 says, Shania Twain, Canadian? I don't know. I don't know. That would have been good to know back in 1995. Moist One says, some see neck, some see throat. Oh, dear God.
Oh, no. Shania Twain, also Canadian. Yeah, just not that it matters, but here we are.
Fighting Wampa says, fun fact about the female giraffes. They have the tallest. Okay, I'm not reading that, Wampa. I don't even know what to. I can't read that.
No.
It is the blender, but just cannot stress enough that this is a radio show.
How
and
do
some
you
things we
know
can't
that
say
about giraffes.
That's the other question.
How
isn't
do
it?
you? Is there a magazine for that? Hefty Lefty says if Celine Dion and Mike Glennon were romantically hugging, their necks would create a slinky. Yeah, they might get intertwined. By the way, our new texter 3499 says my texture nickname Hurry Harry is a Dumb and Dumber reference. Will that work? Hurry Harry?
Yeah,
why not? Hurry Harry. I'll even leave the exclamation point in there for you. 888-368-1580. Sun Devil Raul does not understand why Nickelback gets so much heat. Have you heard Nickelback?
Okay, it's not fair to say that Nickelback killed rock music, but they helped.
Yeah. And listen, Sun Devil Rule, I know it probably seems trendy to rip on them because a lot of people do, but the reason a lot of people do isn't for trendiness, it's because they blow. And I know you like them. He says they're a good band. Okay, that's cool, man. I'm glad you like them. I have heard their songs. And that's the closest in my life I've had to sticking an ice pick through one ear and hoping it reached the other one through the inside of my head. I just can't. I mean, you and I are about the same age, I think, Sun Devil Raul. So we've heard a lot of the same music. Come on, man. There's so much better out there.
If you like them, you like them. But it's not just a trendy thing. There was a point there where that Photograph song was everywhere and it was awful.
I always know just to delete people from Facebook or Twitter when they say, look at that photograph. Click, bye, done. I'm out. But listen, we're not all going to like the same things. So Sun Devil Raul, he's going to be, hey, they're in concert. Sun Devil Raul is going to buy a ticket. He's going to show up. I wonder when everyone else is going to get here. Just me, huh? Just me. Just me. Did they open the? Okay. Shh. They're going to start soon.
There was the rap duo Run the Jewels. They had a music video that was like that, where they were live at the Garden. So they go out to play Madison Square Garden, and not a soul is there. You're like, what the hell happened? And that's what I imagine that concert is actually going to be like.
Sun Devil Raul, you're wrong. I never said that. He says, you also say 70s rock sucks. You got music issues. No, I like 70s rock. Now, there is some great classic rock from that era. The music I tease Randy about is a different sort of more of a pop genre, sort of, I call it the Goonie era. And it doesn't sound like rock. I mean, if we played listen to some music time, maybe we should do that off air on a podcast. But, when we're before the show getting ready, Randy will sit there and he'll play through a bunch of songs and be like, oh, God. We like to play Name That Tune a little bit. And I'm pretty good at it. But every time he starts to drift into a certain area of I call it the beige section of his catalog from the 70s. Oh, good God. Some of that stuff I don't like. Rock, I'll always love.
Well, what you're talking about.
I don't know the names of them. So it's like once you start playing it, I can tell you. You want to try?
No, we're late for a break.
I don't care. I don't care.
Don't care.
Shut up.
You shut up.
No, you shut up.
Your face shuts up.
Oh, geez, you win. All right, fine. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, a lot of us play fantasy football this time of year, and it's fun. But what you should be playing is fantasy electric bills. What's that? It's where you get with Harman Solar, and they save you over 80% off your electric bill every month. Then, each time you open up that bill, you're going to feel like you just won a championship. Call Harman Solar today. Get a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
There's a reason why conventional healthcare is referred to as practicing medicine. Hi, this is Dr. Hannah Lindsay. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. I regularly see patients with a variety of acute and chronic health conditions, including many autoimmune and rheumatological diseases. We can restore pain-free joint function and balance immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and overall well-being. We emphasize natural and holistic interventions with lifestyle changes and take advantage of the full palette of care options from traditional remedies to modern science. We collaborate with experts in a wide range of health disciplines, including physical therapists and specialist physicians, referring patients as needed to ensure the most effective care possible. So how about a second opinion on your health? You might just end up feeling like yourself again. Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161, or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
It's almost time for Arizona voters to pick their candidate for president. If you want to vote in the presidential preference election on March 19th, the law requires you to be a registered member with one of the recognized political parties participating in this election. That means independents can only vote if they change their voter registration status, and that deadline is February 20th. Get all the election dates and details at arizona.vote. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way, from up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet, weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona sports betting station 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Sun Devil Raul is still coming at me on the whole Nickelback thing. He says, hey, Jeffrey, is an example of some of the music you don't like Jethro Tull and some of their flute solos? I don't know. Is that like from Anchorman where he did the flute solo? I don't know. You got any Jethro Tull laying around so I can tell you what I can't remember off the top of my head? Yeah,
I'll have to you keep doing your thing, and I'll bring up some Jethro Tull, see if we did, if you recognize any of this.
Oh yeah, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my thing, Rand.
Keep doing you.
The thing is being done. There is a done deal on the thing. If there's anything we do here, it is our thing. We do our thing.
You remember that song Aqualung by Jethro Tull?
Play it. Maybe I'll know it.
All right. Let's see.
We can only play so much of these things. So it's like almost like a name that tune has to be done very quickly or else people get mad at us.
Well, I'm going as fast as I can here.
No. I don't mean you getting it going fast. I mean, we can only play so much.
Yes. No, I understand. Yes, I understand.
Captain and Tennille, does that count? Yeah, I don't want to hear
No, that's called bubblegum.
Yeah,
is it bubblegum music?
That is beyond what I'm talking about. That's actually poppier and more listenable, I think, than some of this stuff that I'm trying to get at.
All right, so this is a little live version of Aqualung. I don't know if this is going to come through here Let's just see.
Got no problem with this song. No, this is fine. This is not the 70s music I'm talking about.
Okay.
Randy, you know what I'm talking about.
What about this one here? This is
Stuff I call
also Jethro
Goonie.
Tull. It's a bungle in the jungle. It's hard to get this up to the biggest game.
No, I got. It's not my favorite, but I don't mind this one. So you got to go. Right. You got to go more Goonie. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
It's on the edge of disco kind of stuff.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's 70s music. Let's see.
I'm serious. There's been times where Randy's playing music, and I can hear the wood paneling. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. So Elzar says Air Supply. Air Supply.
That's not 70s rock.
Says I can't help but feel if I saw Nickelback, I'd ask for my Nickelback. Yeah. Sun Devil Raul says you like Chicago. I'm all right with Chicago. There's some songs I like of them. There's some I can live without. So
here's this is. I don't think you like this one here. I don't think you like this one. This is Boz Scaggs' Lido Shuffle. I don't think you like this one.
Starts out nice. Take it to the middle. Take it to the middle.
Here we go.
No, that's all right. It's not my favorite, but it's all right. This is not what I'm talking about. I don't know why you don't have. I don't know how you don't hear it. Whenever we're doing this, it seems like it. Oh my God, yeah, that's a good example. Yeah, David Soul's song that we were talking about the other day.
Don't give up on us, baby.
Yeah, that counts. That kind of song counts as bad.
You don't like that? You don't like? I know you don't like this one here. You don't like this one. This is Earth, Wind, and Fire.
No, this is not so bad. It's not. I don't care for it, but it's not the one. It's not the kind I'm talking about here.
Well,
it's not the Lido Shuffle.
Just having that's the Lido Shuffle. I already played there.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Hefty Lefty says there are good articles diving into why Nickelback is hated. It started with the metal community because they were signed by a label that primarily signed metal bands. Later, music people thought that they were overproduced and just made formulaic songs to be hits. Over the past 10 years, though, it's definitely increased to be cool to hate on them, so it almost became normal to hate them. All in all, the band probably can comfort their hurt feelings with the 30 million records they've sold. Yeah, good point, Hefty, but let me tell you, it wasn't 10 years. It's been 20 years. Back in, I think they're around in 2005. I had some interns, and this one kid came on, and we made them sing because we were just cruel. And he started singing the song, and I'm like, that's the worst song I ever heard. Who is that? He goes, Nickelback. And I'm like, I knew it. So, this is not a trendy thing. I've just never cared for them. Prison Wallet says, Jeffrey, I agree and disagree with you when it comes to Nickelback. Their songs are so catchy, and I know strippers love them, and I hate myself for liking them. Kind of like in the 80s when I liked Journey, but I didn't tell anyone. The fact that you adamantly dislike them, that's okay with me, though you're entitled to your own likes and dislikes. And no, I don't secretly love them. I don't, except for this Photograph song everybody keeps talking about. I couldn't tell you. I know when I hear them, I just don't know any of their songs. So I did used to get them confused with that Daughtry guy, kind of the same sort of voice.
Yeah, and there were a few Nickelback clones where people tried to sing like the lead singer of Nickelback, which I think also adds to the hatred of Nickelback, which is just that, like, you look at what you've done to music.
What really bothers me is how is the music so bad when you've taken a sports reference as your name? Serious.
Nickelback.
Yeah. The Nickelback defense. It's a thing. She Skull says, I never understood the love of Rush. One good song. And by the way, they're Canadians.
What do you mean one good song? Let's see. I've got a nice little Rush collection here. Free Will, Closer to the Heart, Farewell to Kings, 2112, Bastille Day, The Anthem, Fly By Night, Working Man.
You keep saying them, but that doesn't mean anything.
You don't like Rush?
I don't have an opinion on Rush. I don't know. You got to play the songs so I can tell you.
Many Rush songs sound similar to me.
Everyone does? Okay.
Not all of them, just a lot of them.
No, this is Rush here.
Yeah, Rush is fine.
Yeah, this is Rush right here.
That's rock and roll right there.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I think everybody's misunderstanding. It's not rock from the 70s that bothers me. It's some of this other goony music that's somewhere in its own place. Flappy Mac says Jeffrey means any ELO.
I don't know.
Electric Light Orchestra?
I don't know how you could say Electric Light Orchestra is.
I don't think that's true. REM, Happy Shiny People, says Baker's Cocky Hens. Are we just shouting out music and songs we don't like? He's like, play some Doors. I like the Doors.
This is one that I know you don't like this one. This is Toto. Let me get over here. Hang on. This is you don't like this one.
Yeah, I can live without this. I can live without that. It's not not even the worst of what you've played. You know, I think we should do a podcast on this. Let's see. Whopper says, I just can't take anything Jeffrey says seriously anymore. Doesn't know Jethro Tull or Boz Scaggs. Really? Dude, I'm only 53. And he says, I just gave Jeffrey a 2-minute penalty. Denied. You don't have the authority. You have no authority over me. Fish Tank. I'm not going to read your text if you're just going to do lyrics from Nickelback. If I identify it outside of that, you can probably get away from it. You can get away with it. Big George says, how about Afternoon Delight? It's a Goonie song, but it's
Starland vocal band.
But that's got comedy cred. So Philly fan says Sugar by the Archies epitomizes bad 70s music. Well, really, that was from the 70s. I thought Sugar was from like the 50s or 60s. I don't even want to hear it. Hefty Lefty says, oh, I weren't saying you personally were just hating to be cool. More so the cultural zeitgeist of everyone hating them being normal is over the past 10 years.
But you got to admit, when Nickelback was at their peak, unfortunately for all of us, they were everywhere. It was just, you couldn't, even if you wanted to avoid them, you couldn't do it.
Maybe it's because deep down I'm attracted to how handsome Chad Kroeger is.
That could be it right there.
I don't know what it is about listening to him too. His voice sounds mean. And so anytime he tries to sing about anything happy, it just doesn't work.
That dude's a mouthful of teeth, ain't he? Sun Devil Raul says, Toto's a good band. Africa, Rosanna. No, my first album I ever bought was a Toto album. It was a cassette by Toto in the 80s. So no, I don't mind Toto. I mean, Chief Skull says any Justin Bieber. Well, really not the 70s, but thank you. Elzar says Rush is probably the best Canadian band ever. Fair enough. Random Texter says, Randy, how can you play Rush or talk about Rush without bringing up the song Take Off to the Great White North? Did they do that?
Technically, that wasn't Rush. That was Geddy Lee. And it was actually done by Bob and Doug McKenzie. It wasn't Rush.
So it was Rush-ish.
It was Geddy Lee saying the Take Off to the Great White North. Take off.
Oh, I see. I got you. Yeah.
No.
Hamilton Porter says, hot take. The Weezer remake of Africa is the better version. What are you talking about? They sound identical. They're exactly the same.
I agree. And I saw Weezer play that live.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
When did you see Weezer?
When I was in Chattanooga.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah, it's a music festival.
That's recent.
Called Riverbend. Yeah.
That's recent.
Yeah. And they came on through and they were on a barge on the Chattanooga River. And,
yeah. Love me some Weezer. I do love me some Weezer.
It's fun.
Heavy Metal Maniac says Mike Kroger spent time working in a coffee shop. Here's your Nickelback. Kroger would tell his customers when they were dispensing change for cups of coffee. Hey, you just made that crap up. You just made that up. Moist One says Sailing by Christopher Cross has got to be hit. Yes, that's a Goonie song. Anything Christopher Cross is pretty good.
It's just interesting to me that Randy has played these songs for you, but in the moment
he can't find any of them.
Can't recall.
Yeah, I have a witness.
The Moist One hasn't been here for any of those, and immediately knew what song you were talking about.
Oh, I haven't played Chris Cross.
That's Chris Cross?
No, this is Manfred Mann's Earth Band.
Oh, this song's all right. I can hear that.
I can't remember the specific names of the songs, but I do remember that Randy would play a song from the 70s, and Jeffrey would have this horrible reaction to it every time. Like it was
like I smelled a fart face.
Yeah. like it was going to cause him to break out in hives or something.
Next, that's what I'd say. Love Me Sexy is the best song to come out of the 1970s, he says. By who?
Love Me Sexy?
I don't know. Loverboy, says Chief Skull. Awful Canadian music. Fish Tank says, really starting to like how this feels like a Friday show, huh? Yeah, kind of a little bit. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Jeffrey, are you the one who hates Steve Miller band? What is he saying? I don't remember.
Take the money and run.
Oh, yeah, I don't hate those guys. I mean, I might not like all of their songs, but Elzar of the Mountain says, you guys should hear Foo Fighters doing the Bee Gees. That'd be funny. And I know they do have some fun with that. They have done some songs. Heavy Metal Maniac says, no, I actually Googled how Nickelback got their name. Wow, now that's in your search history that you looked up Nickelback. Explain that to your kids. Random Texter says, Randy, I read that. Sorry. What about REO Speedwagon on the Run? REO Speedwagon's right on the verge of Goonie and actually good. I'll tell you what. Heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend. You be a man and just dump her. Come on, stop it. Stop it. They have one of the best names of an album, though. You can tune the piano, but you can't tune a fish. Yeah, that's a great album name, but they kind of wimpy. Hamilton Porter says, have you seen the South Park episode where Cartman always has to finish "Come Sail Away"? No. Seems like you quote South Park quite a bit, Hamilton Porter. Whopper says, Gordon Lightfoot, Canadian awesomeness. Oh, yeah. I think that's the guy from the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald guy. Is that who that is?
Yes.
Oh, that's a horrible song.
Sundown is better take care.
No, it's a bad song. Big George, thank you. He says, it's yacht rock is what you hate, Jeffrey. Is that what they call it?
I would venture to say that would be correct, yeah.
Philly fan, I'm not saying it. Well, I mean, I'll say it because he's not allowed to play it, but Pina Colada song was pretty bad. Yeah, bad, but not even as bad as some of the songs we're talking about. That suddenly Randy can't seem to...
I'm looking at all my 70s music.
Because he doesn't hear it the same way that we do, or I do. That's why we'd have to do this on a podcast. Like, all right, Randy, start playing them. And we would just go through like we've done. We've had some amazing rolls where he's playing some music and I'm like, yes, keep it going. And then all of a sudden
the record scratch.
We just hit this certain area of that music and it's horrible. Moist One says, okay, what the hell? Nickelback is better than Weezer. That's a 5-minute penalty. Moist One.
That is
I need to hear that whistle again.
And I do not often say
keep
this.
Blowing the whistle. It's like there's a fight on the field.
Yeah. I don't say this very often. That is a launch you into the sun opinion. That's not even. No.
You're going to get deported back to Montana with that one. All right. We can't just keep talking about music. We got to stop this.
Especially in music we don't even like. We're not even talking about music we enjoy.
When we come back, I got a bunch of football stuff to talk about, a couple of other randoms that have to do with other sports. But we got to stop talking about the music. But I'll tell you what, Randy, what do you say? You and I off air, like maybe, in the next couple of days, earlier in the day, I'll set this thing up and we'll play some of this music and record it. And we'll put it online so that they can see what the hell we're talking about.
I suppose. Sure.
You don't seem very enthused.
Oh, no, I'm very enthused. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm the one who shouldn't sound enthused because I got to hear some bad music to hear some good music.
I don't know what you mean.
And that's why Randy, I think he's fine with it, is because he really doesn't know which songs. Because it's sometimes, Randy's, over at his place, and then the two of us are here. So I see Randy play the music, or I hear him play the music, and then I see your reaction to it. And it's a strong reaction, Randy. It's, I wish I could remember which song specifically. I could recommend something.
Yeah, it's you'll know it when you hear it, kind of thing. You'll absolutely know it when you hear it. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back talking sports stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day, and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry, with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
Collins over to Lance for three. Bullseye! Join the action at Desert Financial Arena and catch ASU's final home matchups with UCLA and USC as Pac-12 conference foes. First up, UCLA, Wednesday, January 17th at 7 p.m., followed by USC, Saturday, January 20th at 12 noon. Get your tickets today, 480-965-5812, or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball, onward to victory.
It's almost time for Arizona voters to pick their candidate for president. If you want to vote in the presidential preference election on March 19th, the law requires you to be a registered member with one of the recognized political parties participating in this election. This year, the Republican Party and Democratic Party are holding a presidential preference election. Get all the election dates and details at arizona.vote. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Secretary of State's office.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So you hear Tiger Woods has ended his 27-year partnership with Nike. I guess the split occurred because Nike caught Tiger sleeping with a younger shoe company. I guess, it was bound to happen. Bound to happen. No, it's not. I mean, he was wearing TaylorMade, I guess. TaylorMade is Taylor Swift's line of golf clubs and apparel, I guess.
No.
What?
No.
Taylor Swift has nothing to do with TaylorMade.
I thought Taylor Swift had something to do with everything.
No.
Everything.
I mean, I'm sure she'd like that, but no.
For 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, he's been using TaylorMade clubs. But no, the true story, no longer getting any money out of Nike. I imagine he's gotten about $1 billion from them. I mean,
easy.
Over 27 years.
Yeah, I mean, easy.
Yeah.
Well, and the reason that he was using TaylorMade clubs is because several years ago, Nike got out of the club making and ball making business.
Why did they do that?
I guess they weren't making enough money. They have all the money, and they didn't want to make any more. But apparently, they got out of the gear. They kept making the golf apparel, and so Tiger switched to TaylorMade, which is one of the top clubs on tour. So,
and now he's not really golfing that much. So I guess it makes sense. It makes sense, but it's going to be weird not to see the Nike swoosh on him when you do see him walk around with that red shirt. So, it is odd. So, who's the new star? Who is the new guy for Nike? Are they just not doing golfers anymore?
No, they have several people are still sponsored by Nike. I can't think of. I think Scotty Scheffler is one of them. I think Rory McIlroy is another Nike guy. I'm trying to think outside the box here.
So you said McIlroy, you said Scheffler, Brooks Koepka, Nike guy.
Yeah.
So will Nike
Tommy
care
Fleetwood?
Who's on the Live Tour and who's on the PGA? Do you think they'll get a guy on both? Do they have
Well,
multiple guys?
They already do. Kepka's on the Live Tour.
No. Do they do multiple guys on the?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I know they do multiple basketball guys. So
Yeah,
is
they have,
Fleetwood a Live guy? I don't remember.
No, he's a PGA guy.
Yeah, he's a Nike guy too.
At least for now, he's a PGA guy.
Yeah, that is not the case.
I will say I did see Tiger golf in that father-son. Every year in December they have a father. Is it December or November? They have a father-son. It's called the PNC Father-Son Classic. Tiger and his son went out and played, and Tiger looked pretty damn good. He was hitting the ball well, hitting the ball straight. He was long. He looked good. So, and he says he wasn't feeling any pain after he had that reconstructive surgery on that left foot. He was able to go out there and actually drive the ball well and play well. So, I
don't call it a comeback.
I don't call it a comeback, but I anticipate seeing him more this year than we have in the past.
A New Year's Eve. Speaking of, don't call it a comeback. LL Cool J was on the broadcast, and he was actually not lip syncing. He was out there rapping and performing, and I was very impressed. And what I also felt good about was he was as winded as I would have been.
Yeah.
You could tell he was like. He was struggling there a bit, but
yeah, he's still got the ability to rap, but he's 55, man.
Yep. Made me feel a lot better. Hefty Lefty says, as Chappelle says, tough break. There's always FUBU. Yeah. Well, I think he said more than that, but you're not allowed to say the rest. I didn't know he already commented on that. Oh, good for him. I saw the Dave Chappelle special the other night. It was about 75% solid comedy. And then the rest was where he kind of gets all philosophical, sort of wanders and meanders. But it was still good. Still real good. Hefty Lefty says, Tony Finau is Nike and Jordan brand.
Oh, yeah. Finau. Yeah. He's another one.
Finau, whatever. George says, hey, TaylorMade, let me guess, headquartered right in Carlsbad, California. My wife's uncle works there, got me 50% off my new set of clubs I got for Christmas. Do you even golf?
I guess he does now.
7-foot man golfing. You should get a Bigfoot outfit and golf in it.
NBA players golf all the time, so you have to imagine that's not the craziest thing.
Can you imagine seeing a 7-foot Bigfoot golfing out there? That'd be great. You should get like a ghillie suit. Just go out there and go nuts.
Just a 7-foot Yeti, just
absolutely
bombing it down to the green. Just.
Oh, Hefty Lefty says the Chappelle joke there is from the racial draft sketch from Chappelle Show back in 2002. I remember that. Yeah. I don't remember that joke.
That was funny.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Enough of the golf thing. Let's talk about the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're in the off season here, and so we just got this Lourdes Gurriel Jr. guy, and so hooray! 42 million, and now everybody's saying, and Randy, I don't know if you agree. The only thing this team is missing right now is a designated hitter.
Well, yes and no.
Well, what else are they missing? And
they picked up that kid to be like a number 3 pitcher, number 2, number 3 pitcher. They picked up that third baseman from Seattle. I would say it would help them to get a DH, maybe the Red Menace, bring him in and let him be the DH for the team. I could see that happening, but I don't know. I mean, the team did pretty good last year without having a designated DH. You know what I mean? It was sort of everybody on the team could have been a DH at any given time. So they did pick up Gurriel Jr.'s contract. We thought we were going to lose him.
Right. Hey, who did we lose? Have we lost anyone yet?
We haven't lost anybody that you would recognize.
From the core, from the team.
No, I don't think we've lost anybody from the main core of people. But we've made some additions. We got a couple more players, minor league guys. We got a veteran catcher. I can't think of his name, but it was from the Cubs. We got him and we signed him to a minor league contract with an invitation to a big league camp. We got him the other day. And then there was a guy that came over as well. I'm trying to pull up the
well,
those names.
Moislin's saying Tucker Barnhart, the catcher, and he says Tommy Pham
Barnhart
is a free agent.
Yeah, Tommy Pham, we haven't signed him yet. He is a free agent. I would anticipate the Diamondbacks not re-signing him, but I kind of hate that because I like the way that he is in the clubhouse. He's sort of a leader. He's a good guy to have in there, and he's a clutch player. Remember down the stretch last year? I mean, Tommy Pham, he was an integral part of many games for us. So
he was fantastic.
Yeah.
What? The Jet is texting in weird symbols again. Moislin says Eduardo Rodriguez, Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah.
It's not Eugenio. It's just Eugenio.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
I will say the Diamondbacks, as of yesterday, the Diamondbacks are trying to put together a package to bring in Jorge Soler, which could be a designated hitter. Justin Turner, like I said, the Red Menace. That's another guy that the Diamondbacks have been linked to. So
didn't that guy used to be on the Dodgers?
Yes. Yeah.
Do we really want that toxicness?
That guy is nothing else but a professional hitter.
I mean, manly as hell though.
He can save you in a lot of games. He's been with the Red Sox. He was with the Dodgers for a while, as you know. But we're looking at Jorge Soler from the Marlins, a younger guy. He's got a lot of pop in his bat, and we'll have to see what happens. This kid Soler, if we get him, I mean, look out. This could be very dangerous Diamondbacks lineup.
The Jet says, Jeffrey, you jackass. I really thought something was wrong with my phone last week. Dude, I'm not even kidding. Here's what it says. Question mark, weird parentheses, question mark, E, question mark, greater than, parentheses, V, question mark, O. I'm not making this up, and Keon can walk in here and verify. So there still might be something wrong with your phone. Whopper wants me to have a 2-minute penalty for what I said earlier. No. Hefty Lefty says, I think the Diamondbacks should utilize the clip of Ron Burgundy calling out for Baxter to introduce the mascot to each home game. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't thought of that yet. To introduce, you're right. Yeah, it's not a bad idea, Hefty Lefty. How about JD Martinez, says Big George?
I don't think they're still pursuing him. I could be wrong. Jorge Soler is a guy that's much younger, and if they bring in JD Martinez, it seems to me, Big George, it would be like signing an old veteran again. And is he going to deliver? I mean, he's kind of coming off of a down year. I mean, I'd rather see us get Jorge Soler
and
or Justin Turner.
To what you were saying, Randy, Soler is 5 years younger than JD Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty big gap.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy Metal Maniac says they announced Baxter. I know, I work at the park, remember? Oh, no, we know they announced Baxter. But yeah, using that clip would actually be a pretty good idea. Hefty Lefty says, hashtag driving home thoughts. T-Licious says, if my Cubs don't get Bellinger, I wouldn't mind if the Diamondbacks do. But I think he's going to cost too much.
Well, he might, but think about this. I mean, Bellinger's coming off of a kind of a down year himself, and there might be some value there. I mean, if we pick him up, look what he's capable of doing. Just 2 seasons ago, he was the MVP of the league. I mean, this guy is something special. I mean, you put him in a hitter's ballpark like the Bob downtown, and just watch him hit the ball out of sight. I mean, this could be big if the Diamondbacks were able to land him. I don't think they're going to. I tend to feel like they're going in a different direction. There was some talk about potentially bringing him in. He could play first base. He could play third base. He could play outfield. He could DH, obviously. We'll have to kind of wait and see, but I don't think they're going that direction anymore.
Voice One says they need Vogelbach. Bellinger had a great year last year. He's going to get paid. Whopper says, yeah, Bellinger had a great year. You know, I don't think Big George needed custom golf clubs. I think it was enough just to grab a light pole, just, right out of the street anytime he needed it. Maybe, put it back when you're done with it. Yeah, I think that would have worked. So I don't know what the Diamondbacks are going to do, but I think we had a lot of great ideas. Hopefully somebody from the Diamondbacks was listening and could take the counsel of one Randy White. So, all right, guys, that's 2 hours down, and we got one to go. Come on back. We'll talk some NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Anjali.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just got an alert for a strange charge on my card.
No problem. We make sure you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card. Let's see. Did you purchase something from a t-shirt cannon store yesterday?
Absolutely not. No, I already have like 3.
$0 fraud liability guarantee. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional grade supplies for every industry, even hard to find products. And we have same day pickup and next day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's now even easier to serve on an Arizona jury. If your company doesn't pay for jury service, the court will reimburse your lost wages up to $300 if picked to serve in Superior Court. So next time you see a jury summons in the mail, don't ignore it, or you could face a $500 fine. Remember, our courts are fair because you are there. Learn more at azcourts.gov/jury service. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Supreme Court.
Hey, Ralph, got another solar question for you.
Okay, but did you check out the Harmon Solar Podcast first?
The what?
The Harmon Solar Podcast. We put new episodes up twice a month that teach you all the things you ever wanted to learn about solar. We discuss things like how solar works, the roofing, sales process, demand management, everything solar.
Show like this needs some real smart thinkers, huh?
Well, yeah.
So you got some really great guests then, huh?
Almost every show.
Is it on Spotify?
Yep.
iTunes?
Yep. Just search it everywhere. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast. Go check it out at harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time.
For what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Randy, I'm going to need a weather report from you because I don't know what's going on in the air, but I just got a massive static discharge shock right off my microphone. Whammo! Right into my chin. And Keon heard it too. I'm not making it up. I just kind of brought the microphone over and I didn't sound like a bolt of lightning, Randy.
Wow.
So
Wow.
is there lightning in the air? Are we up for some weather tonight,
Well,
or something?
There's actually no lightning in the air from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center. This is the weather, Hefe, coming at you live.
Wait, hold
55.
on. Stop the music. Stop the music. Stop the music. Stop the music. Hold on. I got to ask you, why do you go the full Chili Moreno every time you do weather now? You didn't used to do that. It's only the last couple of times. What's going on, man? Why are you doing the Pilkins lights right there?
Trying to come up with my own, weather guys, they have their own thing, and
you think
thought maybe that would be,
you've got a great voice. You're more of a professional than that. I think you could find a different thing. Maybe put on a funny hat or something.
What about, like, remember Stu Tracy? I mean,
Stu Tracy,
Channel 5 weather for years and years.
Oh yeah.
He was kind of like that as well.
But he was more like this.
Smooth, spacey.
And there's Dave Muncy. Remember that guy?
Oh yeah. Watch your kids around water.
Yeah. Then there's this Corey guy who there's something wrong with that guy.
I don't know what to think about him.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that guy.
Yeah.
I think there's something wrong there. But remember Sean McLaughlin, he was always good. And Royal Norman, Mike Chamberlain. No, he was sports. Remember, right?
Yeah, Mike Chamberlain sports.
Yeah, that's right. He came on my show once, like a long time ago, playing guitar. He was fun. I had no idea why he was there, what was happening. He just showed up and started singing and playing guitar. I just didn't know how to get him out of the building. He's a nice guy. You just
tried calling security, or
you can't do that. Mike Chamberlain, he's such a nice guy.
Well,
so I honestly, to this day, have no idea what was going on.
You think I should
just do your regular weather like you used to?
Do the weather?
Yeah, give me the weather. I gotta know what's gonna. Are things gonna freeze? That's what I gotta know.
All right. From the Harman Solar, is it better? From the Harman Solar.
You've got a great voice.
1580 The Fanatic Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist Randy White coming at you live. 55 degrees currently in the valley with a freeze warning still in effect. Going to get down to the mid 30s tonight. Ooh, it's
frosty,
nippy out there, ladies and gentlemen. We have a 2% chance of rain, but I don't see any clouds forming, so nothing that I would worry about. Currently, the barometric pressure 30 degrees, 30.05 inches, and falling. It looks like it's going to remain beautiful the next couple of days. But on Thursday, there is a 45% chance of rain, 58 for the high then.
Dude, it could be snow.
It could be slush. So we'll keep our eyes on
snow?
that. It could be snow, could be slush. It depends on.
But if it's cold and it comes down, it becomes snow.
It depends on when it rains. If it's the middle of the day, probably won't be snow unless it's in the 30s or so.
Okay.
So
I got excited. Got excited there for a minute.
Anyway, again, 55 degrees currently from the 1580 The Fanatic Harman Solar Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist. Meteorologist.
He's using the Greek form.
Meteorologist, the weather Hefe. Back to you, Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. And we have a new texter here on the text line. A new texter. It says, "Hi, new texter here. I'm from St. John's, Newfoundland, and Labrador." Wait, what? Are you a dog? Wait, is it? Those are dogs.
I'm just saying that we once saw Bill Belichick's dog orchestrate a draft.
Are you Bill Belichick's dog?
I'm just saying.
He says, "Stumbled on your show and I like it. Does this thing work?" Well, you never know. 3070.
What do you mean by work?
You can't be from. Is St. John's, Newfoundland, near some place called Labrador? Those are dogs, right? I feel like he's having me on.
I'm trying to figure out why all these Newfoundlanders are.
Well, we got a Newfoundland, we got a Nova Scotia, we got
Canadians.
Yeah, these Canadians getting on our show here. What the hell's going on?
We're filthy with Canadians. What happened?
Well, one is Ray. That's your personal friend Ray. I don't know. Newfoundland.
Yeah, it's a dog.
Look, I think he should just be grateful he wasn't here, before to hear me butcher that butcher the name Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Not that. long
Oh,
ago.
that's right. The first time you'd ever said it out loud, you're
When
like,
I
Newfoundland.
said Newfoundland. Yeah, that's
Wow. Well, you did spend some time in Tennessee.
I did.
Don't worry, man. Canadians are hard to really actually offend. You know,
It could be
That's
clearly because I did
That's
that, and we didn't lose the other Canadian.
Yeah. that's
So
now we got three.
now we got three.
Oh, Hefty Lefty says Newfoundland and Labrador is the province. Oh, so that's actually
true.
so.
Is that where all the dogs come from?
Yeah, they must have made the Labrador retrievers.
I-
The
I-
retrievers come from Labrador, and then Newfoundland is where the new Finn is. I don't know.
Landing.
Yeah.
And don't take this the wrong way, new texter. I'm just a little disappointed that you're not a texting dog. I was very excited for that in the moment.
I don't think
and,
they can do that. They don't have the opposing thumbs.
Which is why I thought it was impressive.
These days, though, Randy, you can put a like an iPad on the ground or something and do this. Like,
Well, yeah, I guess. And then they have that talk to text now.
yeah,
So,
voice text.
and it could speak Labrador.
So, new texter, Keon is hoping that you're Bill Belichick's dog. But if you're not, we're more than happy to help you out with a texter nickname if you need the assistance. So, welcome to the program. And how the hell did you stumble across us?
I think Radio Ron's been working on the signal the last few days, and I think maybe he's turned it up a little too much.
You may need to look at that. Boomer Sooner,
He
he's
might
like,
be hitting Greenland right now.
Yeah.
that's all right. Boomer Sooner says, April, Channel 3, weather. Dude, calm down, man.
Okay, A, she's married,
Yeah,
and B, that's creepy.
just a little bit. King Kittens wants you to know it's 33 days till the Super Bowl. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome for us. It is not awesome for about the 200 league employees. They're, hey, how you doing? Welcome to another wonderful Monday here at the NFL. Here's your buyout package. Yep, they're getting ready. If they can't get 200 people to take the buyout packages, guess what? They won't take no for an answer. There will be layoffs. So
That stinks.
but I understand they make more and 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 more money. Why are they cutting people?
Corporations.
That's
It's just how they are.
You think that's going to help the NFL be better? Less
Well,
help?
No, it's just that you've said this before in the past. You get to tell the shareholders, look how much money we made, when in fact
Gross.
it's not you making more money, it's you paying less
Yeah,
people.
You don't need to do this. You're making more money. Your shareholders are always going to be happy. Unless they're like, these 200 people really suck.
And we need a new 200 people. But
Yeah.
I don't think that that's what's going to happen there.
I'm a little baffled by this.
Yeah.
Moist One says, hey, that was a good Brian Kelly impersonation there, Keon. Yeah, that's what I thought of immediately. Brian Kelly. Slim Pickens Hat says, take off, hoser. The Jet says, dogs don't need opposing thumbs to text. All phones can now text through voice. Yeah, but they have to hit the button to make it do that, Jet. Okay. And he says, me and Big George are about the same height. No, you're not. You are not nearly 7 feet tall, Jet. I think I've met you. You are nowhere near 7 feet tall. Baker's Cocky Hen says, have you guys ever heard that compilation album from 50 Cent back with Kroger and Curtis Jackson? What the hell's he talking about?
No, that's a hard no for all of us.
Yeah.
He does think the new texter should be called Bill Belichick's dog. 3104 says the weather goes down a bit and all the Canadians show up.
You brought all that horrible cold with them. Take it back.
Yeah, by the way, you're a new texter and you don't have a nickname yet there, 3104. He wanted to be called, where is it? He had said he wanted to be F the Process. Did we get cleared on that? Call him F the Process? F the Process says,
I don't think Ron would do that. That would be I think it'd be a hard no for Ron.
you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember. When did he ask that? November 8th. Where were we on November 8th? I feel like he said yes. You know what? I'm going to say yes for now, and we'll change it if Radio Run doesn't like it. That's fine. I'll probably be fired anyway, so I'll just hit the button. Yes, F the Process till further notice.
It's going to happen anyway, so
It's inevitable. Yeah. Dewey Hopper, says Flappy Max.
Oh, yeah, Dewey Hopper.
We're still shouting out weather names. Hefty Lefty says it was so cold yesterday morning. How cold was it?
Yeah.
My body was playing hide the pickle with myself.
Kind of a pickle.
Oh, hey, you know what?
Gherkin. Gherkin.
We just found out why all these Canadians are showing up. He says, my friend Ray, we call him Ray, turned me on to your show. He told me to listen today, and sure enough, I heard his name. I'm on vacation down here in the valley with Ray. He has a vacation home in Gold Canyon. It's like a terrorist cell for Canadians. They're all just showing up and just being awfully polite to everybody.
To be fair, you did ask for a friend named Ray. And
I did ask for a friend named Ray.
Ray. And so the one Ray that texted in just happened to be Canadian and had a friend.
I feel like Homeland Security should be watching this.
Boy.
What's the opposite of terrorists? Because that would be our Canadian friends.
Narcissists.
Yes.
They're being narcissists. Gold Canyon. That's cool, man. That's cool. All right, 37. Wait a second. Wait, if he's in Gold Canyon and he says he was listening to 99.3 FM, how is he hearing it there? There's some little jazz station that's on 99.3 FM in Gold Canyon. How in the heck is he listening to this?
Damn, there's a jazz station?
Yeah, it's some little nonprofit thing that kind of interferes with us a little bit in the East Valley. So now I'm even more curious. But whatever the fact, friend of Ray, you're going to need your own nickname. Pinocchio's, and by the way, both of you guys should understand, when you go back to Canada, you can still listen to this on the app. Yes, the time zone is probably going to kill you. I don't know if you're going to be listening to this in the middle of the night or first thing in the morning.
They're Eastern, so that's
farther than Eastern, I think.
Well, maybe
more Eastern.
Because I know the Nova Scotia is like right by Maine, though, so I don't know if it's too far.
Get the app on your phone, and then you always get to hear this. So there. Pinocchio says, I don't mind the lights, but Jeffrey, what's the front yard expiration date on inflatable Santas? It's the playoffs already. Beer me, Randy, please. Pinocchio, you're right. Can I just say, if you have an inflatable Santa in your yard, yeah, that's cool. But then after the holidays, about now, it starts to be kind of sad. Like dead Santa.
Yeah, it's like after Halloween, like if we're getting too close to Thanksgiving and you've still got, a giant pumpkin out there with a scary face.
Yeah.
You let it go.
And if you have the inflatable whatevers, when they deflate and they cover up half the sidewalk, you're in the wrong. Your inflatables should not deflate and cover up the sidewalk. I let my dogs just walk right over it. And if they had the inclination, I'd let them do something else. I don't block the sidewalk.
You left it on a public space.
Yeah, don't block the sidewalk. Let's see here. Heavy Metal Maniac says, most Canadians are pretty cool. Yeah, they just want to eat a bunch of that poutine and drink lots of beer. Yeah, that is the stereotype. I wonder what the stereotype is about us. These people eat everything.
That is usually
mass quantities of everything. They have buffets down there.
I had a friend from England call me a McAmerican, so that's already. I've never forgotten that one.
I've had to do a thing that has probably made me very un-American. Whenever I'm going through a drive-through, they say, "You want to supersize that? What size do you want? Just normal size. I don't want." Well, for 25 cents, no, I'm good. Just let's keep it the size it is. And they always seem disappointed. Really? Oh, are you from somewhere else? Hefty Lefty says, let's see here. I don't know if that's the same thing he said earlier. Hold on. He says, no, if F the process gets shot down, he could be Hinky Stinky Pinky. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Just why?
Yeah. Moist One says, did you guys see that guy who jumped in okay, now I don't want to talk about that yet, Moist One, because that is one of the legends. Well, I guess we could do this right now. We got time for this. All right. I just barely started talking about the NFL. Okay. So here's two drunken legends, and we have to choose one to be the drunken legend of the week. All right. So what Moist One wanted me to say was last Thursday night, a 42-year-old man named George Owens crashed his car into a pole in the parking lot of a Brass Pro Shop. Then he got out of his car, stripped off all his clothes, ran into the Bass Pro Shop, did a cannonball into the aquarium, and later walked over and stood under the waterfall. So naturally, the shoppers were stunned. And police showed up, but before they caught him, he jumped in the water a second time. Then he slipped and fell and knocked himself unconscious.
Which is the image that's been going around the internet lately of just this very large man just sprawled out in front of a massive fish tank at a Bass Pro Shops.
So legendary. I just wish there hadn't been kids there. So it was unclear if he was on something or he had a breakdown, but they evaluated him at the hospital for mental issues, and then they booked him in the jail, charged with public lewdness, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, assault on a police officer, criminal mischief, and reckless endangerment. But naked cannonball into the Bass Pro Shop aquarium, legend. Okay?
I hope it was alcohol so that he could sober up and not have any clue how the hell any of this happened.
So I don't know if were there. Do you see the video? I didn't see the video.
I did see the video.
Were there kids around?
I didn't see any in the video.
It's okay if there were no kids, but if there are kids, now I'm just like, well, okay,
yeah.
So now a guy in Alabama up for legendary drunk of the week. He had too many on New Year's. And so he's like hanging out, partying, everybody's dancing. And he's like, it'll be funny. It'll be funny. What's that, Connor Paget? What would be funny? Well, what would be funny is if I got into this giant pot and, like Ezekiel Elliott did when he got that touchdown and jumped in the kettle. Well, this thing is called an urn, which is basically a giant clay pot with no plant in it. Anyway, so he's like, here's what I'm going to do. And so he jumps in it. And they're like, oh, Connor, you are just a caution. You're funny. All right, get out of the urn. He's like, okay, I can't.
He's so mad at everybody in the video.
Yes,
he's everyone is like, have you tried twisting and turning? Yeah, I tried that already. Stop telling me to do that.
There he is yelling at people right there on the screen.
It's like when you lose your keys and someone's trying to be helpful, and so they go, well, have you checked your room? Like, why wouldn't I check my room?
Of course I check my room, Stephanie.
Like
I'm not an idiot, Stephanie.
They're offering all of this advice on ways he should try and turn himself to get out. And he's ticked off, obviously, because he can't. And he's already tried the thing.
What was beautiful is the bartender live tweeted the whole thing.
It was lovely. I saw the entire video. It's one of my favorite things I think I've seen in the last month.
He's drunk, he's angry, and he's stuck in a decorative urn. He thought, well, this will be funny. Yes, it was. Unfortunately, he was no longer in the joke. There's more than one video of it out there, too. So here's what happened is the fire department is like, hey, we need a hammer. And they started chipping away at the outside of it. And then later on, he's walking around with no pants on. And he's like, he's dancing. And then later on, they took a picture. He had some pants back on. So who is the better legend? A guy getting stuck in a decorative urn on New Year's when he's liquored up, or cannonballer into the Bass Pro Shops aquarium?
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
This is you're watching the NCAA tournament and 2 1 seeds get to the final. You're like, where do I go with this?
It's an amazing competition, but there can only be one.
I'm going with Captain Cannonball in the Bass Pro Shop. I'm going with him.
I'm kind of going urn guy. Just it turned back on him so badly.
Yeah,
I laughed for hours. Like I watched that video more times than movies I've genuinely enjoyed.
All right, well, I've made my decision. As much as I enjoy the urn guy and getting stuck in there, I feel like this will not be the first time that ever happens. This will not be the only time that ever happens. Cannonballer into the aquarium. That's legend. That is legend.
Can you imagine the live fish in there?
They're like
the poor fish.
What?
Wow. What is that little fish?
No.
Is that a worm? What is
the part is that you can see him. The video is kind of fuzzy, but you could see how excited he is to jump into the fish tank. Like he is thrilled. This is the greatest idea he has ever had.
And you said he was excited. That made like I'm not watching the video now.
Oh no! I mean, just to jump in. I mean, it's not even. You can't tell I'm gonna put it that way.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's got to be, and I'm really hoping there weren't kids there. But outside of that,
I didn't see any. But,
he's the legend. He's a legend right there. Moist One says Brass Pro Shops guy had a abnormally small peen. Give it to that poor guy. He needs it. Well, that's not what we base it on. Or else you would have won more things.
Oh boy.
Chosen One says Bass Pro Shop for the win. Heavy Metal Maniac says, did you guys see that guy getting, since it's by a judge, the guy dived over the judge's area and the attacker, and he's going back to court, and she's going, oh no, that guy, he's not legend. That guy's a dirtbag that jumped over or went after the judge.
He's bipolar and schizophrenic, and he's been off of his meds.
Well, by all means, leave him unrestrained.
So, maybe give him his meds back. I would start there, but regardless, that's not a legend. That's a guy that needs mental help.
Pinocchio wants to know, why do Canadians always make love? I can't read that. He says, why do they always make love doggy style so they can both watch the hockey game? Oh, okay. No, that's all right. The Canadians are texting now and explaining an awful lot. So when we come back, I will briefly, explain the Canadians, and then we've got to start talking some football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Take the guesswork out of your holiday gifts. OmahaSteaks.com for 50% off site-wide and save an additional $30 with promo code VSIN. OmahaSteaks.com.
The Michigan Wolverines win their first national championship since 1997 Monday night as they beat the Washington Huskies 34-13. They did so with 4 rushing touchdowns, over 300 rushing yards in the win. Looking ahead to next year's national championship, which will include a 12-team playoff, the Georgia Bulldogs are the betting favorite to win it all at plus 350. Alabama is at plus 550. You can get Ohio State at plus 750. The Texas Longhorns are plus 850, Michigan plus 1,000 to repeat as champions, and the Oregon Ducks are plus 1,200. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-216-9922. That's 1-800-216-9922. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-216-9922. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation, excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city, 34 highway to 30 city, 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive, 28 city, 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn. My biggest priority is for Arizona students to be more proficient at reading and math. That's why I'm making $40 million available to offer one-on-one tutoring for elementary school students in Arizona public and charter schools who did not test proficient. This program will offer more income for participating teachers, which they deserve. Visit azed.gov.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education.
Grand Canyon University basketball is back for another exciting season. After advancing to March Madness in 2 of his 3 seasons as the head coach, Bryce Drew brings a team to the court this season, picked to win the conference once again, and led by first-team All-WAC selection Gabe McLaughlin and WAC preseason Player of the Year Ray Harrison. Check out the schedule at gculopes.com to find matchups with San Francisco, DePaul, Liberty, and last year's national championship runner-up, the San Diego State Aztecs. Join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long right here on The Fanatic, the home of Lopes basketball.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I don't know. I just was kind of curious what would happen, and I went ahead and I used my my map app to see how bad traffic would be if I left right now and went home. And I've never seen this before. The 101 southbound is just well, I zoomed in on it and I clicked the thing and it says you live here now. So I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
No. I should know better because if it's 6 p.m., if I look at this and it's like, hey, it looks pretty good there, you'll be home at 7:15. And then if I leave at 6:30, it says you'll be home at 7:15. And no matter what happens, I'll be home at 7:15. So I'm just going to sit around and wait. So I don't have to have so many cars in my way. You know
what you need to do, Jeffco?
What's that?
We need to find a Fry's Foods around there, and we need to get you some of that fried chicken that you like, and have that on hand.
Yes.
And then when you get off the air, you just have some fried chicken, and then you'll be ready to go home. Then see.
Well, it'll take me longer to get home if I do that. You know
why do you say that? I mean,
can we eat all that damn chicken?
Well, you only get a couple of pieces. Are the aliens talking to us?
And if they are, it's coming through your situation there. 3070 says, my name is Gordon and I like hockey. Do you have a text or nickname for me? Do we have anything that might fit Gordon here? He says, we were driving around Phoenix yesterday, had dinner at Pizzeria Bianco with our wives when Ray stumbled across your show. Out here in the East Valley, I got to listen to it at 1580 a.m. Are you still getting 1580 a.m. at this time? Because this is about the time we power that down a little bit. What you got to do is get the app and you can listen to us in crystal clearness. It's beautiful.
So Gordon, huh?
Yeah, Gordon says, I'll tell you what, we don't have traffic like this in Newfoundland and Labrador. St. John's is our biggest city, and rush hour is usually confined to the city center and the local McDonald's. So, yeah, well, welcome to America, bitch.
Wow.
That wasn't very friendly. And it didn't even sound street at all, did it? I was trying to be all tough and intimidating.
It didn't sound street at all.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. This is the 6th largest or 5th largest city or metropolitan area in the entire country. So yeah, this traffic is bonkers for anywhere, not just not just for somebody from Canada. Ray says, my friend Gordon and I are going to the Coyotes game tonight to cheer on the Coyotes at that Mullet Arena. We can't stand the Boston Bruins, who always seem to beat our Ottawa Senators. And he says, yes, I have a group of Canadian friends that come down here and stay at my winter home in Gold Canyon. They come from all over Canada. Wow. That's pretty cool, Ray. That is pretty cool. Well, thanks for choosing us.
Yeah.
Moist one says, should we call this guy Gordon Bombay? Wow, are you really going to do a Bewitched reference?
Wait, what?
Gordon Bombay, isn't that from Bewitched?
No, it's from the Mighty Ducks.
Oh. Well, the original Gordon Bombay. Okay, well, who was he in that? Was that the coach?
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez? I think we like Gordon too much to name him Emilio Estevez.
Okay, well. Just saying his name is Gordon, so.
Wilbur says, since Jeffrey is tailgating in the parking lot, can I be invited, please? I'm not tailgating in the parking lot. I ain't doing that. Moist one wants to know if the Canadians have an extra ticket. I don't know if you understand the exchange rate of Canadian money to American money, but no matter whose money it is, those Mullet Arena tickets, those are expensive. Yeah, the tickets to get into the Coyotes games, I was just even like, nah. No, I can't take the whole family, like $150 a piece. Forget it. 3070 says, hey, if you ever come to St. John's, I'll give you guys a tour of the city. We got the easternmost point in the entire north of America in St. John's. We also eat a lot of fish and seafood. I like fish and seafood. That doesn't help us with a name. You got any names for him, Randy?
Well, I was thinking for Gordon. I mean, his buddy is Ray Ray. So why doesn't Gordon choose the GM?
Okay. Or Kiss the Cook says, well, Canadians like ice fishing. How about we call him Ice Hole?
There's Ice Hole. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to want that one. I don't. No. I mean, I'm not sure. Waldo says, hey, as long as they take you, Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is the donut place. I don't think it wants to be called Tim Hortons. How about Gordon Gordon Fisherman? Yeah.
Gordon Fisherman? Yeah. I don't know that he knows what that is, but yes.
Moist One is asking, how are those Canadian clams? I have a feeling.
Yeah.
It's Moist One, so it's confirmed already.
Waldo says, Tim Hortons is the Canadian Starbucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any names for him or what, Randy? Come on.
Well, I came up with the GM, McDaddy. Let's see, Papa Woody, Wonderlick, the Chin Dimple, Fat Rabbit, Great Gazoo. Let's see, Jeffrey's Lube, Urban Legends. Let's see, Friction Fire. That's one. Friction Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Nude Texter. Let's see here. Pat Metric.
Oh, he is Canadian, so they do metrics.
Pat Metric. Yeah. There you go.
I think
more.
Maybe we just call him Gordon. I mean, that's no fun. So I'll let Gordon pick one of those extra nicknames. We'll see what he says. 888-368-1580. I just saw that the NFL has breaking records. They have the highest regular season viewership since 2015. And I guess they've averaged 17.9 million viewers this season. And the last time that happened, it was 2015. So of course they're going to go ahead and lay some people off. Of course they are.
200. Yeah.
Yeah. I just, it just makes me sick a little bit, but okay. So with as successful as the NFL is, of course we have to fire some people. Speaking of fired, let's go down the most recent. I was actually surprised, and Derrick Henry was surprised. They fired Mike Vrabel. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I was just like, did not see that coming. I knew he had a couple of rough seasons, but he's still a great coach. I think that's a mistake. I think that's a dumb mistake.
He's getting hired right away.
Absolutely. He just became numero uno, unless old Harbaugh decides to come over. But Mike Vrabel, who would say no to him as their coach? Except for the Titans, I guess.
I hope, and not me. I think that guy's awesome. I think he was coaching with one hand tied behind his back this whole season, because that offensive line, which used to be the bread and butter of the Tennessee Titans in that running game, sucks. PFF had them ranked, either 32 or 31 like most of the season.
Amy Adams Strunk has no idea what she's doing. This was a bad move by the Titans, and Mike Vrabel absolutely will get the job that he wants, which might include the Steelers. As I said earlier, there's these rumors that Mike Tomlin might be thinking about stepping away after the playoffs. So I don't know if he's got offers for broadcasting. I don't know if he just maybe wants a change of venue, but he continues to keep these crappy teams above 500. So who's the GM for the Steelers? It's not him, right? Because
no.
You're the problem the Steelers have is personnel, not coaching.
It's Omar Khan.
All right. Well, Khan needs to go then. Not Mike Tomlin. Harry says, Harry says, Canadian Goose for Gordon. Canadian bacon. I don't know. King Kitten says 33 days to the Super Bowl. Yeah, you already said that. He says, how about bubble eyes, tennis shoe, ping pong ball? Well, now you're just naming things you probably see in your rec room right now. Kyle G says Vrabel to the Chargers. Maybe. Boy, I don't know. The Jaguars, by the way, cleaned house. They took out everybody who had anything to do with the defensive side. Defensive coordinator Mike Caldwell gone. The entire staff wiped out. So the Jaguars are serious about retooling their defense. I think they also fired an offensive guy, like a running backs coach or something. Don Wink Martindale fired himself. He resigned from the Giants as defensive coordinator.
Wow.
He's like, I'm out of here. This is dumb. He's just, I don't like Brian Dable. I'm out. I'm going to go someplace else. I'll tell you what, he better get hired and hired fast because remember, he don't look very healthy. And I don't know how long you'll have him around.
He really looks like he's sick all the time.
Like, oh, he doesn't look well.
Shouldn't you be wearing a mask? Like, you just seem like you're going to spread disease just everywhere.
He's like patient zero for COVID, I think. So you never walk into work and they're like, oh my God, you look like hell. Did anybody do that to you? I'm like, well, I was feeling all right. You're like, oh, you look horrible. I've had that happen to me. And a lot of that's because I'm pale. But he gets it every day. Are you okay, man? Are you feeling okay, Wink? Wink, are you blink if you're okay? So Wink is resigning from the Giants. Do you think he's just wants to retire, or do you think he's looking for a new place?
I think if he was going to retire, he would have just retired. I think he's looking for a new place, and I just think that he didn't get along very well with other people on the staff. They weren't particularly thrilled with the way that he coaches defense, but Wink Martindale's been coaching defense exactly one way his whole life. If you didn't like that, you should have known before you hired him that you didn't like that.
Yeah. So remember yesterday we said Mike McCarthy might be in trouble, where Jerry Jones is like, hey, you're going to keep Mike McCarthy around? And he's like, we'll see how each game goes. Like, ooh. Well, now Jerry Jones realized it, so he came out and he's like, I can't be more pleased with what Mike McCarthy's done, and I really mean it. So he made sure and cleared that up.
Okay.
Somebody's like, Jerry, you can't say crap like that, because now that's all he's going to be thinking about. Well, we're trying to go to the playoffs. So, Mike McCarthy's my favorite person. He's like a son to me. In fact, you know what? He's my son now. What? You get out. But Dad.
I thought he was close to walking the plank there, but now that I know that Jerry really means it,
he really means it. Yeah.
I believe him fully. He's never gone back on that before.
Oh, by the way, Jim Irsay, the word is that he is receiving medical care for a severe respiratory illness. Translation: I had a bad trip, man. Oh my God. He's had a bad trip. He's had a bad trip. It's all right. He'll be fine. He says he looks forward to returning to the stage as soon as possible, because him and that horrible band of his were going to perform. Probably for all the people and staff in his life who are like, you're doing great. That's amazing. You're so talented, Mr. Irsay. Your band is amazing. I could watch this all day. It's canceled. Thank God. Oh, thank God.
That's too bad.
Just breathe the deepest sigh of relief.
Got my life back. Hat trick is a good one, Pinocchio, for Gordon.
Yeah.
He actually says the Gordon Fisherman wouldn't be a bad name, since I am in the fishing business. Oh, okay. Well, then let's just go with the one that makes the most sense. The Gordon Fisherman right there. All right. That was easy. Sometimes they're hard. Sometimes they're easy. Shut up, Moisman. Don't. Just don't.
I can hear you typing right now. Stop it.
Yeah. I don't think he can type that quick. Don't. Let's see. Ray says, one thing we can all agree on, Canadian, American, is Nickelback is bad music. We don't even like them up here in Canada. They like everybody. So
yes, that's ooh.
I think that settles it right there. F the Process says Mike probably won't leave until he breaks Chuck's record. Huh? What? Who? Huh? Who? What?
Mike Tomlin.
Oh,
breaking Chuck Knowles' record.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. I was thinking Mike Vrabel.
That's the thing. There's a lot of Mikes going on in this segment.
There's a lot of Mikes.
Yeah.
Heavy Metal Maniac says football coach Wink Martindale. Wink is not even his first name. I guess it's a mom and dad love the game show host Wink Martindale. I don't get it. No, his name's Don. His last name's Martindale. Somebody just gave that to him as a nickname, man. That's why. All right, taking a break. We'll come back. Some more football. And, of course, on this date in Big George's sports history, it's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-216-9922. That's 1-800-216-9922. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-216-9922. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
2 yards should be just a nice, comfortable 9-iron for him. They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
What in? The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best teed up at the 2024 WM Phoenix Open presented by Taylor Morrison. February 5th through 11th at TPC Scottsdale. Get tournament and ticket info at WMPhoenixOpen.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Anjali.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just got an alert for a strange charge on my card.
No problem. We make sure you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card. Let's see. Did you purchase something from a t-shirt cannon store yesterday?
Absolutely not. No, I already have like 3.
$0 fraud liability guarantee. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
When life gets overwhelming, but you just don't feel like talking, help is only a text away. Trained and caring crisis specialists are available by text 24/7 to assist with suicidal thoughts, substance use issues, depression, anxiety, and more. You are never alone. When you need help, please text HOPE to 4HOPE. From anywhere in Arizona, text the word HOPE to 44673. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Join the action at Desert Financial Arena and catch ASU's final home matchups with UCLA and USC as Pac-12 conference foes. First up, UCLA, Wednesday, January 17th at 7 p.m., followed by USC Saturday, January 20th at 12 noon. Get your tickets today, 480-965-5812, or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball, onward to victory.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow. What a world we live in. All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I don't know what the time zone is for Newfoundland, but it's 8:41 p.m. in Halifax right now, which means these guys go home. They can listen to the Daily Blender on our app or just streaming at 1580thefanatic.com starting at 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Are we on the same days as they are? I think we are. Does Canada have different days?
As far as I know, no.
Just making sure. Anyway, so they can keep the party going. They can keep the party going for as long as they want. So Pinocchio, though, takes issue with us calling the new guy Gorton's Fisherman. He says, well, we didn't call him the Gorton's Fisherman. We called him the Gordon's Fisherman. And he says, well, you can't call him that because the Gorton's Fisherman is from Gloucester, Massachusetts. You can't use that on a Canadian. Well, first off, it's a Daily Blender. We do whatever we want. Second off, he's the Gordon Fisherman, and his name is Gordon. So we didn't say the Gorton. We said the Gordon's Fisherman.
Right.
So there. Mm-hmm. Last Optimist says, oh, vouch for the radio app to the Canadians. Works great out here in Florida. Are you being sarcastic?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't think so because I know I think he's the texter we have from Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. I just never. Sometimes again, sarcastica would come in handy.
It would be very nice. Yeah.
Moisland says, Gordy Porgy pudding pie. Oh, just stop. Gordon Fishman says currently it's 9:15 in St. John's, Newfoundland. They're 4.5 hours ahead. There's a 30-minute difference in time. It's always confusing for people. Yeah, that makes me want to actually declare war against your people. That you're 30 minutes off. That's really confusing. Listen, it's going to be up to you to figure this out. We're on at 3 p.m. here in Arizona. The rest is up to you. But I'm just saying, at least it's not on in the middle of the night. You can still enjoy the show. All right. Can we please go on with our football stuff here? We got a few minutes before I got to do the Big George thing. So I was talking about the owners. You got Giermayer say in the hospital. He's sick. You got Jerry Jones backtracking off the stuff he said about, forced sandwich eating Mike McCarthy. We got Amy Strunk, who just gacked old Mike Vrabel. And it just left a lot of people just like, listen, I know it was a couple of bad years, but you fired the wrong guy. Should have gone after that GM of yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the Ryan Tannehill evaporated one year, and then the next year was just the worst offensive line in football. And Will Levis showed some things I actually thought, you could build on.
Sure.
Guess they didn't think so.
And then there's Patriots owner Robert Kraft. You threw a party featuring Dave Matthews, which I'm really confused about because you think Robert Kraft would prefer the Strokes. I'm just, I'm just saying.
Man.
Or Billy Squire.
Stroke me. Stroke. And then, I know you don't own the Denver Broncos, but Sean Payton is in charge, and he says, final decision on Russell Wilson hasn't been made yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you liar.
Yeah.
You lying liar.
Yeah,
All
it
you're
was
doing
made.
now is like, oh, everybody knows we want to get rid of him. He's not worth much in the trade market. He's like, oh, well, we haven't made a final decision. Dude, you've already shown your cards when you benched him for not changing his contract. His value in trade has plummeted. You can't undo it by saying, well, we haven't made a final decision yet. Oh, horse hockey.
We all know you did. I mean, it's just you still had the playoffs on the line and you benched him.
Mm-hmm.
That is just preserving yourself and your cap space, which is smart if that's what you wanted to do. Disrespectful how they did it, but it's still, if that's your plan, that's your plan. Just own it. You're not going to trick anybody. Oh, you know what? The Broncos are actually reconsidering. Never mind. We will give you all of our picks for Russell Wilson. It's just not going to go down like that.
Here's what he said. It's too early. I spent half an hour with Russ yesterday, and I told him, look, I don't think it's going to be a long, drawn-out process, but it hasn't been decided relative to what our plans are. If I'm Russell Wilson, I'm like, go F yourself. You know what? Just, I don't care what your plans are. I mean, both middle fingers. Both middle fingers is what I would say. But Russ Wilson's too cringy, and he's probably like, okay, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, okay. Can I pray with you? Okay. Yeah. Let's do.
I mean, he's going to outwardly be Russ about things, but he has to know that Sean Payton is just lying to his face.
Yeah, and George Patton is lying to the faces of everybody. He says, no. When we asked Russell Wilson to change his contract, that was completely separate from us benching him. Really? Really? He's like, yeah, I mean, during the break, I did reach out to Russ's agent, good faith, a creative attempt to adjust the contract, but we couldn't get a deal done. But now Sean made the change of quarterback. That had nothing to do with me. I didn't. Football decision. What was the best interest of the team? Stidham? Stidham was the best interest of the team.
Come on now. Let's just be honest about this.
George Patton, Sean Payton, you lying sacks of crap. That's all you are. Giant lying sacks of excrement. Gooey, diuretic excrement.
It's even if you thought Russ wasn't playing that well, and he actually was playing better, there is no way you can actually get anybody to believe that Jarrett Stidham was an improvement. You just can't. We've seen him play. Before this, we've seen him play. It was not good.
Lying sacks of excrement. Hey, you know how it's cold here? It was like 30 degrees overnight.
Wow.
It was a bit cold, yes.
When I woke up, it was 30 degrees outside. And the dog is like, hey, can you take me outside? No, you're asking me out by yourself, though. I ain't going out there. I guess they're saying this could be the coldest NFL game ever. Kansas City and Dolphins. They are saying that this could be colder than the Freezer Bowl in Cincinnati back in 1982, -9 degrees.
Oh, Lord.
Colder than the Ice Bowl in Green Bay, -13 degrees. They're saying it could be worse than that. They're saying it could get that bad. Could be one of the coldest NFL games ever. Now, where it's going to be, well, that could change a million times between now and Saturday. But as it stands, you can see a prediction of -14, 15, 16. I have walked in -16 degrees in St. Paul, Minnesota. And I had a parka on and I was walking backwards down the sidewalk so I didn't die before I can get to one of those little human habit trail things they have connecting the buildings. That is some cold. And so just trying to get from my car into a building, it was life-threatening. Can you imagine playing football in it? Sure, you get to run around and try to get a little bit of body heat going. Okay, good. Now it only feels like it's -8 degrees. It's that. I wonder if they would postpone this game. I mean,
I've never seen them do that before for
can't
cold.
see 'em doing that.
They played in -13 in 1967, -9 in 1982, -6 in 2008.
You're and we're technologically way ahead of where they were back then. We've got heaters on the sideline. The benches are heated. You've got hand warmers. I can't imagine they're gonna cancel this game. It's not going to be fun to be hit by in any of that.
Yeah.
But I don't think they cancel it.
Cold. And it could probably be some bad weather in Buffalo, too. We'll keep an eye on that. Mr. Wilbur says, and to kind of quote the movie Stripes, sir, I think we need to cancel this football game because it's cold and flu season. And I don't think we need any of these guys sick right now. I don't think that's going to probably work out. The Miami-Kansas City game is only available on Peacock. Yeah, that's true. He says, where can I watch it? On Peacock. And unless some bar has it, my wife was even saying, hey, we can just go to a bar and watch this. I'm like, for $6 I can get it on Peacock. The bar tab, because my wife drinks, it would be very expensive to go do that. It's more expensive to do it that way. So I got Peacock. So
yeah.
It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1963, Paul Brown, coach and general manager of the Cleveland Browns of the old All-America Football Conference in the NFL, the winner of 7 league titles, and the man who the team was actually named of, was fired by Art Modell, former television advertising executive who just bought the club 2 years before. A few years later, Paul Brown invested in the Bengals and took them to the playoffs 3 times before he retired in 75. Back to me, Jeffrey. So there you go. The best revenge.
Yeah.
I like that he was just like, okay, the new team is going to be orange with stripes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just very close to the old team, but not quite.
But the old team was just orange, and we call them the Browns. Now I got the Bengals. Tiger, you're just a color. Up yours. No.
And not even the correct color.
I feel like he won that. I feel like he absolutely won that. So there you go. And, the Canadians, I think, have reached the hockey game. I think most people are racing home. Oh, here, remember at the beginning of the hour, I told you I looked at the traffic. Let's see, because it was telling me that I should just have my mail sent here. So let's see what the traffic is like now. Oh, yeah, it's still bad. Yeah, it's 14 minutes less time, but it still takes me an hour and 2 minutes to get home if I leave now. So we'll see what happens in a half an hour, I guess. Randy is already home, so he's lucky.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Did you freeze last night? Did you guys?
Did I freeze out here?
Yeah.
It was freezing this morning.
Yeah. How long? Hey, Canadians, if they're still listening, can answer. How long does it take before pipes really start to freeze? Is it an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? because I don't feel like we're ever in danger of our pipes actually freezing. I've covered the spigot for the hose, and I covered the landscaping, the irrigation stuff, but I don't know if I need to cover other things. Jonesy says traffic was absolutely brutal. All these damn Canadians out there coming over here not knowing how to drive.
Do Canadians drive on the
Surrey.
same side of the road as us?
Surrey. No, I think they do.
Okay.
They better while they're here.
I mean, obviously.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, Jeffrey, I don't know, but can you take the surface treats? It might be faster. No, that would not be faster. I've tried it so many different times. Trust me. There's no winning. Mr. Wilbur says, make sure you cover your ornamentals. No, I refuse to have weak-ass plants. If they don't survive this, I don't need them. That's the way I feel about it. Toughen up, plants. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Bye-bye.